Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
Wherever you go, you can listen to the news. You can sleep with the blues on this wonderful, wonderful station. Just take a lively companion wherever you go. Take a portable radio. Take a portable radio.
Now, here comes the music.
I know you've missed it. It's been 3 weeks, and it doesn't seem like we've been gone but a minute. But you're welcome, America. We're back.
New phone. Who dis?
Who did? Oh, my golly. None of us have prepared. We've done nothing. None of it for the
Literally
3
like
weeks.
Less than nothing.
We've done nothing at all.
For 4.
Yeah, going on 4 weeks. That's right. So
Wow.
we are just as prepared as we typically are at any
Less, in fact,
given
I
week.
think. Less.
No, I think it's par for course. I think we're about the same. Just gonna guess. Oh my gosh, this is show 349. It's July 10th, 2018, in the Phoenix, Arizona of America. I'm sitting alongside she doesn't know this yet, but she is the leader of Lesbians for Silk Screening. It's Kat Carlson, boys and girls, and alongside over here,
Feels
the
good.
ambassador for East Coast Travel, Al Perkins. My God, Al, welcome back, both of you.
Did it take you all day to write that?
No, I did it just right before we started.
Good for you.
I was
Good to
thinking
be prepared.
I was thinking of it earlier today, and then I just did it.
Now, you went to the beach, correct?
I did. Yeah, it was still there.
I was saddened only by your trip because I didn't see any truck videos posted at all.
No, I didn't post. So I've been very slowly and painfully breaking up with Facebook. Like it's still kind of a weird business necessity, but personally, I don't post on Facebook anymore.
Well, usually I can find you on other. Did you post videos elsewhere?
I did not. No, I did not.
Well, then my point is still valid.
Yeah. So we
will
had
not
a
be
little
arguing.
bit of a different trip because we took more family with us.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, which was wonderful. Like my parents came down, my sister, we rented a big house, and my parents and my sister and her boyfriend stayed with us, and then Sharon's parents and her brother were in another house half a mile
How
away.
fun.
Super fun.
Another house. I like that part.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we learned some lessons. We're gonna buy adjacent houses, or not buy, but rent adjacent houses next time. Should there be a next time? But anyway.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so there was a little less. We did go chase some garbage trucks one day.
Okay.
But the rest of the time we were a little closer to home and a little more people oriented and a little less
All right.
sanitation oriented.
Keep it in the background.
We went looking one morning and realized that the garbage truck just wasn't coming
Well, that's
because the
unfortunate.
cans were full and it was 8 a.m. and
Oh, no.
I know, just no trash pickup on Wednesdays apparently.
Sad face. Sad things happen. All right. Well, it's all right.
That's my beach update.
Now,
Well,
what
all
beach
right.
did you go to?
Mission Beach.
Oh,
We go to San Diego.
That
yeah.
would take a lot of advanced planning to get houses next to each other, I think.
Actually not that much. So I yeah.
Good to hear.
Yeah, God, I guess there's a revelation right
If you
there.
plan in advance, like I like to,
Oh,
because
okay.
I'm a weird. We planned this trip in December of last year.
Well, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. If you don't plan in
Right.
advance, that could be a tall order. But clearly, if you're, at this tomorrow.
Especially for my summer beach vacation, I need to have my shit together by January because it makes me nervous to not know when I'm going to the beach.
When your escape plan is.
Yeah, and the more people, the more advance notice that you need.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so if I'm planning for 15 people in 2 houses, I'm going to be on these people by about Thanksgiving, and I'm going to be like, okay, who's going?
Yeah.
Who's paying? What are we doing? Here's the options. I'm super planner when it comes to this shit, because I start out, I'm like, oh, here's 6 different options. Everybody tell me what you think, and we'll narrow it down, and then, well.
Then make sure in
When-
those situations everyone gets insurance.
Yeah.
Just insure it.
And everybody turned out so happy.
Oh, good.
You know what I mean? The people in my house where everybody was happy. We were right off the beach where I want to be. The people that waited to book their house, less happy.
Nah.
Well,
Lesson learned.
I mean,
sure. Yeah.
next time I'm just going to be a bully and book for everyone.
So you should just book
make
now.
them give me
Basically,
money.
what you're saying is you should book now.
I literally
for
could. In
next
fact,
year.
if I were to book now, I have the houses picked out. I know which ones. I know the addresses. I know who to call
That's
for
really
them.
smart.
And they got to be part of the selection process once. That's plenty.
Right.
Right.
You people failed last year.
Yeah.
Now I've taken the power away from you.
You think you liked it last year. You're going to like it better this year because
Yeah.
I'm going to plan it. Yeah, that's good.
So it's really funny is that's one instance where I've turned into one of my parents because suddenly I'm my mother.
Okay.
My mother's been actually fired from planning family events because people get after 20 years or so of one person planning everything, somebody gets a little shitty and it's like, oh, who said she could plan everything? And so then...
Well, step up, bitch. Come on.
Right. So then my mother, being the woman that she is, who I adore, went, fine, fuck you. I'm not planning anything. Started filing her nails.
Yeah?
And shit's been a shambles ever since.
Okay.
My gosh. Well, yeah, so I have like that gene in me to want to just... Let's line everything up ahead of time, and then once we get there, everything can be just wonderful and happy and
just
smooth.
relax.
It just takes one person to take the point and say, here's where we're going,
Right.
here's what we're doing, here's how much money you owe.
I've watched him over the years do multiple trips with many, trying to get the gays together for one fucking thing.
Like
and it's
herding cats. It's
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
exactly.
We
I-
got
like you got 3 or 4 people in your core that you really plan. Everybody's just a fend for themselves.
yeah. Everybody else just where you land, you land.
Right.
Don't care.
It's true.
And like the Mexico trip was so. I mean, that was so many people. That was 17.
That's a lot.
Well, it ended up being 17. I think it was only supposed to be 16. Strangers. I mean, a lot of us didn't know each other. And, like, the people that were in, we had one plan to be in a hotel because no one RSVP'd. Then all of a sudden, there was a lot of people RSVPing, so we had enough for one house, and there was more people. Well, you've got to get your own house because now we're not in that
Right now we're
all-
full up in this house.
all-in-one resort. Now we're in houses in the city, so we're not near each other. But everybody kept changing their mind, so it was like, well, fuck it.
Yeah, no.
And we never even saw the 2 girls that were with us, their apartment, because we were way the fuck up a hill.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, way, like you had to be almost a goat to go up. They had to go up 2 more hills. They weren't
Oh
at
my
the
gosh.
top, and it just got steeper.
Did you ever see them during the trip?
Oh, yeah, we saw them all the time because they wouldn't leave and go home.
Oh, because they were
didn't
going to
wanna-
climb the
they
hill,
didn't want
right?
to climb the hill.
I see.
Beautiful people.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm Ms. Ryer.
Welcome.
Sorry, scratching things.
Oh, must-
You're
How tan you are.
what are you-
wrecking the place.
oh my God, you
Good
are
work.
tan, and well, of course, the contrast with the white. But God damn it, you're dark.
Wow.
Hokey smokes, Bullwinkle.
And you're a different color.
Yeah.
I was like, racist.
Well, it's all right.
You're a racist. I
We
said.
embrace all colors here on this show. Where is she?
Depends. I have no idea. Oh, I mean,
She's supposed to be here.
well, shit. I don't know. What? I don't keep track of her.
Okay. Well.
No, she's on her way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like she texted me this morning. Like that's how I found out you were even going to be here.
Yeah, I know. She said you didn't know that I was going to be here.
No, because I thought our
Sorry,
last,
folks. Hi.
I thought our last conversation was you would not be here the 10th, so we had booked Doug, and then when Aaron texted me this morning, I'm like, wait, you're here? Huh?
No, I said the 17th I might not be here.
Well, that's next week.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's it.
No. Don't.
No.
So this is
Oh.
how calendars work.
No,
I like it. No, that
said,
was my own
You
fault.
said 2 weeks you weren't going to be here.
Yeah, that and the following Tuesday. I was
Oh.
thinking.
We had all the wrong Tuesdays.
We did. That's okay though.
Because the 3rd was the one that you couldn't be here for, right? So we didn't do a show?
Hi Joe. Hi everybody.
Oh no, I was in town. I just said it would be nice, but no, I was
Yeah.
here.
No, we were all here for the 3rd, but we were like, no, let's not rush that.
Yeah.
Let's not
Because
do the show.
it's a holiday.
It was a holiday,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know.
So are you here
You
next?
know.
Are you here next
I'm
Tuesday
pretty
or
sure
no?
I laid
I
on my
believe so.
couch all
Okay.
last Tuesday.
I mean, I can be or
Are
I
we
can't
all?
be.
No,
depending
are
on-
we all here next Tuesday?
Wait,
I-
let,
I
let
thought
me
we
check
were.
my very
17th.
busy
Could you please
schedule.
get on that? Check your calendar.
I'm here.
Okay.
Dear Secretary.
I've already penciled you all in.
right?
Well,
So yeah, it's very exciting.
As a rule, I'm here all the time because
Well,
I just
live
walk
here.
from
you,
whatever
you
room.
have to let us in.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
there's
okay,
that.
There's that.
I've learned about giving keys to people. That's not a good idea.
Never
Oh,
ends well.
Fair point. Well made.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So yeah, it's
Where
very
the
exciting.
fuck is that other chat room?
Aren't
Okay.
you
Okay.
ready?
the
What's
chat-
happening
the
right
chat
now?
room. Summer just said, "Joe, aren't you a ginger?" Okay, that is my
That's
so far.
fantastic.
That's my favorite comment of the
Wait,
chat room of the
I'm gonna
night
go
so far.
ahead and take a picture of that.
Screenshot that. Somebody screenshot it.
Oh, I think it's a warning from Summer to Joe about tanning.
Right, it's a tanning reference. I got that, but it was just
I
it
didn't.
just was funny.
I was like, I'm gonna need some context for
Background.
that.
Right,
Yeah.
what's happening right now? That's fantastic.
I'm gonna need to see that scene from the beginning.
Yeah, from the top, please. Come on, 5, 6, 7. There we go.
So what else? So what else should do whilst we were gone?
I'm just very studiously and busily building the empire.
Yes, you are. I've noticed you.
Clearly.
You're doing a lot of the shirts for the
doing a lot of the
fundraising.
shirts for the fundraising and for the teams. I was very excited. I got a volleyball team duped into ordering shirts from me.
well
at you.
done.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah, I
the
figure-
duping.
I figure if the sport gays,
Yeah.
you
Ah.
know.
Oh, sporty
Yeah.
gays.
Yeah.
Well, I
'Cause
figured that.
they need shirts like 6 times a year.
Oh,
Right.
of course they do.
Because
Smart.
they actually some
Yeah.
some of the sportier ones use the athletic wear for
They do.
athletics, if
Yeah, they
if
do.
I understand correctly.
But they're
I know,
all
sometimes they
needing
do
money.
that.
They're all
then there's the ones
fundraising
at
like sons
Roscoe's
of
that just wear
bitches.
jerseys,
Just to bartend.
freshly pressed.
So there's a lot of fundraising going on right now.
I would sense that that you would get somewhere in here. There's going to be an LPGA contact that's going to
Well
reach
done.
out to
Oh,
you.
wouldn't that be
Yeah.
exciting?
Well, maybe not for the LPGA, but just
Maybe Dinah Shore herself.
no,
No.
right, yeah.
Isn't she dead?
From
Well,
the
Dream
grave.
big. I
I
don't
thought
know.
Dinah died.
I'm gonna bake you a chicken. No. No, but I figure at some point there'll be some kind of a golf reference with you.
That'd be wonderful.
Sure.
That'd be a lot of fun. I haven't played golf in a long time.
I think it's a great idea.
Golf is just an excuse to drink in the morning.
Well,
Listen,
right, with those little
Right.
carts going around. What are you
drive
gonna
the
do?
little car, drink the
Wait,
beer in the
Honest
morning.
to God,
I
what
need
is
an
it
excuse
with
to drink
golfing?
in the morning.
Right.
You know,
Well,
but it's fun to have an activity to
How
go
many
with
written
it.
notes
Sure.
do I need?
and what is it with fucking like? Why would
I have extra
anyone
clubs. We
want
can
to
go anytime you
pay
want.
that much money to hit a ball as few times as possible? I call bullshit. I'm gonna hit the fuck out of that ball. I'm just gonna be like whack whack. That's what I do. I go
Yeah.
out there and I'm like,
I'd like to
know,
see you at a racquetball
oh
court.
my God, that'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I love diving after hitting them.
How did we get from golf to racquetball? Those are very
she wants to
different
hit-
sports.
It's a lesbian
I
trail.
just, it is.
She wants to hit a
It
ball
goes
as many
through
times as she
Subaru,
can
it lands
possibly
in
hit.
Tahoe.
I must have followed a different track. I
No,
don't-
because that. But
You get bonus
golfing-
points if you land at the Olive Garden. It's a whole board
Yeah.
game.
I totally had
Oh,
Olive Garden.
that's a good Red
last
Lobster.
We're gonna need
Olive
more red
Garden.
string.
They're typically next
Opposite
to each other.
corner, yeah, exactly.
Right. It's good stuff. Gina used to
Get
take
the
me.
lesbians
Gina,
in their SUV to the Red Lobster.
My,
That's a great board game.
My ex, that's fantastic. My
It's like Candyland, but for
yeah,
lesbians.
right. Yeah.
Called Dykeland.
Yeah. Liquorland.
We're gonna make. Oh,
What?
Instead of Gumdrop Mountain, there's
Yeah,
an Olive
exactly.
Garden right there.
Then there's U-Haul
Act like I don't
Pass,
know my Candyland.
no. Oh,
You all
no,
pass. That's
no.
awesome.
Birkenstock Lake.
Oh my God, I got to rent
That's
tools this
funny.
year
Scissor
too. I
Sister
forgot.
Salon.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
You might
You're
get
a
caught
bad
in the-
lesbian. You have to rent tools.
You might
Oh,
get
yeah,
trapped in
I
the
clearly
Enchanted
rent them.
Forester.
Yeah. Right. That's fantastic.
I
Somebody
like it.
trademark
I do
this
too.
shit now.
Seriously. It's fantastic. We could sell this.
There's
show.
money in this.
Yeah,
There is.
Christmas is coming.
The goose is getting fat.
But at some point, you could go to Jabs
Yeah.
on the way. There'd be that you could just.
That's fantastic.
Lovely. All right.
I
Okay.
enjoy it.
This is
For
starting out
my sake.
exactly as I anticipated it was going to. Once the
hot
four
damn
of us were in
mess.
place. Once the
I
four of us were in
like
I
place.
don't know what we're doing. What segment are we on? Are we still on me?
And I,
Is this on? Is this on?
Excuse me.
I received a
Excuse
message
me.
from you. My apologies. I hadn't responded.
What was the message?
That was like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know.
BT Dubs.
We had zero reception.
I didn't- you
'Cause
know, I
we
didn't
were
realize
in,
you were out of town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were coming back from
She's at
Jackson.
Candy
Were you in a
Mountain.
mind in Thailand?
she's
Where the
at
fuck
Candy
were
No,
you?
we were in Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Oh.
And at
Is
the
that what they
same
call it now?
time,
Sure.
Well, whatever. We
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
How's your Jackson Hole?
I love my Jackson Hole. out of
Population
this.
7.
Yeah, well, on a good day. Yeah, we were, at the top of a Teton. That's not a euphemism. And
No, I've been to the Teton
Yeah.
Jackson Hole.
and to the euphemism.
I
I've
love
been to
it.
both.
That's fantastic. And when we got to the
still
top,
in your
we
hole?
could shut it. We could not get reception down on the ground, but at the top, as well, at the top for us, it was about halfway, 3/4 of the way. We climbed a Teton. We literally
Okay.
all the way up, and all of a sudden, Erin's standing there. Her goddamn phone goes off
Yeah.
at the top of the Teton.
Right.
She was at one
Hello?
with nature. Oh God.
Oh, and she answers it.
She was able to answer it. We couldn't even make a call on the ground. Like, no service.
Right.
Nothing. So I'm like, for real, we can't get away from it. We cannot get away from the people. The
And it was the
things.
IRS needs to get a
Yeah,
hold of
exactly, right. Or the cops are going to come after
Uh-huh.
you, they say.
Sure.
So, anyway. Continue. Pray you. Sorry.
I don't know.
No, we're. But what was the message? Was it
Yeah,
a
what did-
crucial message that she'd sent that you didn't
Oh,
respond
it was
to?
the folks that were back at the place that we had rented. That we're just calling to see where we were.
No,
I mean, it
Very
really
important.
wasn't.
Very
They were like,
important.
"What are you guys doing?"
we're on a Teton.
We're at the top. We're at a Teton. We're on a Teton right now.
No.
Anyway, digress.
Okay.
That's all. So it was very.
Okay.
They're very fun. Yes.
Here's what I did while we were gone.
Okay.
I went to the beach.
Ooh,
Had
nice.
a lovely time.
Where? Which beach?
Mission Beach
Oh,
in San
nice.
Diego,
Yeah, yeah,
California.
of course.
Yeah, lots of family there. Everything was wonderful. Everybody had a great time. Yeah.
Nice.
Good times were had by all.
I love that.
Came home, have been growing the fashion empire.
Mhm.
Rented tools this week.
Oh no.
I don't know. I got to
Mm.
rent a miter saw. Here's what.
Oh,
right.
that kind of.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Rented good tools.
Okay.
Because I went, I could do this with a little hacksaw and a miter box, but why the fuck would I do that when I can
Why?
rent one for $30 from Home Depot for
a
a
good
whole
call.
fucking day?
It's really good
I can
call.
miter
Yeah.
everything.
Don't I own one? Why-
Poorly,
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I do. I'm pretty sure I own
Probably.
one.
Well,
No, and I'm-
that was why I kind of was like, why
Yeah.
are you doing this? Yep.
Well, because I embarked on the project, I had someone say, "Oh, that looks easy. I can totally build that for you. Just buy me the
Oh,
supplies." I said,
mhm.
"Oh, okay. I'm going to buy the supplies." And
Yep.
then someone said, "Oh, but you need to help me." And I said, "That wasn't part
I
of the
know.
deal.
Yeah.
Right. I might as well
gonna-
just do it myself.
You're
call
going to
bullshit.
build me some shit." Right. So
Right.
then 4 hours of fighting ensued, and a tool was rented,
4 hours of fighting ensued. Wow.
and a poorly built
fantastic.
project needs to be rebuilt.
Right.
Well, you got to learn. The first
mean-
time you learn it.
Right.
Then
Right.
the second and third and fourth. you're-
First time we're about a half inch off on either side, so now I have to disassemble it and cut and.
May I ask what it is that you're building?
So I'm building.
Something that's not watertight, I hope.
No, clearly not.
Is a frog's ass.
No, it's
water?
actually a very simple something. It's just I need some place to store screens for screen printing
Oh, okay. Yeah.
because they're kind of adding up and stacking up. So it's just it's
Like a shelf for.
Yeah, it's like 5 feet tall and it's like little slots every 2 inches
Sure.
or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's just a little too wide, so they fall down. It's a whole thing.
Got it.
It's a
Okay.
whole thing.
You'll get it. You'll
I'll
get there.
get there.
I know.
No worries.
I have faith in you.
Who's worried? Not me.
Not
you.
you.
Not me.
No
I'm
reason.
Really
to.
excited.
Not the
Really
other
excited
person.
because the guy at the Home Depot rental counter.
Yeah.
Good
guy?
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah.
Real nice.
Yeah.
Kind of an artist.
Sure.
Wants to put his art on some shirts.
Wrote a
there
screenplay.
you
I
go.
want you to read it.
Right.
May have also wrote a screenplay.
We
Sure.
don't know.
Has beautiful blue eyes. Like this
Yeah.
man has the bluest, most beautiful eyes I've ever seen.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got to chat with him. That was nice. I got
Yes.
to reconnect a little bit. He's like, "Oh, I still have your card sitting on my desk." I'm like, "Oh, call me whenever."
Very
So that was a
nice.
good connection
Yeah.
because I'm besties with a guy at Home Depot.
Of course you are.
Why
That's
wouldn't
great.
you
Well,
be?
the Home Depot,
who
that
isn't?
location softball team's gonna need t-shirts.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right,
Can
but
you imagine
he's
the
very
number of
busy
t-shirts?
because their turnover rate is apparently very high. Their most senior person, aside from my friend, has been there for 3 weeks.
Oh,
Holy crap.
That's
He's
it?
training all new staff at the
my
rental
God.
counter. He's very
Oh,
busy.
this is just in the rental
I have no
department.
yeah.
idea.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. She,
Talk to the
she
guy
didn't
that's-
ask. She didn't ask
I'm,
that much.
I'm taking
You
your
did get
I'm
a
taking
lot
your
of
information as gospel. I don't
You
know.
did
Mother
get a
sister
lot of
Marion
information from
is having
us.
a tough week.
Good God.
I think you're right, Summer. Grounds for divorce. You can't withhold the coffee. You can't withhold the Starbucks, according to the chat room. That's just not okay.
Wait, why are we on a Starbucks ban? What is
Well,
happening?
because this happened. They saw this, and Danny was like this, and Summer was good, or Danny was gonna hide it from Summer. It's not okay.
And is it by 2020 that the straws will be eliminated
They
from
will.
Starbucks? I'm excited for that.
I am too. I think that they need to take up that whole thing that India does with edible, like silverware and the edible straws
Oh, sure.
and all that. Just
Yeah,
make
so
this chocolate. Like, just let's
That
go
sounds
ahead.
amazing.
We drink.
I'm
the-
not gonna
the
disagree
stuff,
with you.
And then we just and then you just sit
I
there
don't
and you
not
eat the
disagree with
things.
you.
Yeah.
How's that work?
Yeah. Yes.
So that's really funny because in my wandering, aimless life that I have right now,
Yes, I do.
I was
appreciate
just researching because I have no bar to work at, so I don't know.
that. Are
what
you
to do
now
with
going to
my
make
life.
like throwaway kind of things? Are you going to?
No,
make,
so I
like,
was looking
never know.
into paper straws
Ah.
and what the cost
Cost.
burden would be
Okay.
to convert from shitty plastic straws to more
Okay.
biodegradable paper
Sure.
straws for the bar because that would be a really cool
Nice.
thing for
That
us to do.
really
Uh-huh.
would, and you
Wouldn't
could
that be
totally
cool?
push that.
And is it
Yeah.
ridiculous?
I don't know. I'm still working on it.
Okay.
She just came up with the idea a few minutes ago.
Right
I
here.
literally Google searched it at like 4:00 in the morning the other day,
I
and I
love
was
it.
like, "Oh my god, this is a great idea."
Yeah.
Oh.
I
We've
love
all been
it.
there.
Oh yeah.
I've never done that.
We'll get back to it.
No. Nice.
No, I think that's a great idea. Any of that stuff. eliminate
is fun,
eliminate
yeah.
the waste, recycle it, figure it out. Yeah, I'm all.
And
on
it
board
pushes
with
other people to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
if we do it, then maybe one other bar or restaurant will see
it. Well,
it
if I'm
do
not
it.
mistaken, that is actually the rally cry of California
It
for
is,
the rest
yeah.
of the goddamn country.
If we do it,
Yeah.
everyone else will do it.
It works for us.
Yeah.
All the environmental protection they've done, all of the economic stuff they've done. They're like, hi, it works out here.
Yeah.
I don't know why you think it doesn't work for
Have
the rest
you
of the country.
noticed that?
Right.
Like, yeah. That's
Yeah.
why they just want to be cut off from everybody.
They're kind
else.
of like South Canada,
further South Canada.
further South Canada, because they're. I mean,
Okay, wait
Yeah.
a minute. We're gonna need a
Where's
new map.
Meow? We need a map. We're gonna need a bigger
We're
map.
gonna need a bigger map.
slightly higher taxes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and if you
but
include like gas taxes, but for more stuff, just like Canada.
right.
Like your taxes are a little bit higher, but hey,
But you get more stuff.
And they have a
Right.
budget surplus. Like, huh?
Do they?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
They have a budgetary surplus, according to what I was reading something out the other day, and then Jerry Brown was on. God, was it 60 Minutes? I think 60 Minutes just the other night. Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy out there. Anywho, so
Yeah.
we've wrapped up what you've done.
That feels good. Yeah, that
Congratulations,
feels good. Thanks.
you've done your deal. I'm glad, and you said you there may or may not have a date for the reopening of the bar. We don't need to necessarily give that out, but things are progressing.
Things are progressing.
Very
we're
nice.
we're kind of aiming for end of July, early August.
Nice.
To get
So
back
September,
to work.
we'll be
Yeah.
going to the bar in
Right.
September.
And
We'll see you at Halloween.
Right.
Sorry.
Very nice. Oh, did you
No.
lock the door?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Somebody answer that.
You know what's funny is she moves really fast when you see her answering her phone, but when you call her, you swear to God she's not doing anything.
I texted her 4 days ago.
Right.
She just got
She
back
never-
to me.
She doesn't respond to texts.
don't make her talk about her hole again.
Multiple times I've texted Erin, "Hey, would you have Marnie look at her phone, please?" And
yeah.
that's the only way to get to her.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I've done. Oh, there's Ernie.
Do that.
Oh, she brought a
Hi,
cake.
Ernie.
Ernie brought a fucking
Yay,
cake.
there's cake.
Come on, there should be cake.
That's good.
She was
coming
raised
back.
right. That's all I
Forgot
can
to
say.
eat dinner.
Wow.
She drank my dinner.
There's
See?
cake.
Yay.
And whatever the hell
she
that
brought-
is.
Oh my
Look
goodness!
out.
Hello.
Is that
Bubbles.
champagne?
Yeah.
Prepared.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be a giggling show before we're done. I'm on board.
All right.
Champagne flutes are in the kitchen.
It's fantastic.
I'm going to turn your mic on. There you go. There's that. I turned that on. Your
Yeah, make the things happen.
Oh yeah.
Well, and just
sure.
when I change camera shots here in a
People
second,
listen.
they're going to be able to see you.
Hi.
Oh, you got your Tetons shirt on
Yep.
Stop talking about my teeth.
with your moose, moose and squirrel.
yeah.
Moose and squirrel. Yeah. We thought about you when we were driving through there because, like, when I looked up, you know, the whole "Hey Moo Boo," and
Okay, that's
you know,
Yogi Bear.
But no, but I could going through Yellowstone.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then-
Jellystone,
yeah,
Yellowstone,
yeah,
right.
and like just all of that, like I heard all the little voices that you'd be making, like,
Right.
as you're going through. So
Get a
and seeing the
picnic
moose
basket.
and like you know Rocky and Bullwinkle
Right.
and yeah.
Oh, they can be.
Yeah.
No, don't shut that. Leave it open. No, but no, there's
These are
actually
It's awfully warm in here.
there's actually
Yeah.
champagne flutes up
That's
in the
fantastic.
cabinet.
These are champagne.
like
flutes,
glass
right?
glasses.
No, I think Al's gonna have some sort of a recoil issue with it.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah.
We'll think about it.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. So no, you're right. All the animals in the forest, the yogi, the
Do all the voices. Do all the
wait
voices.
wait
I
it's
just love
yogi
it.
and why
Boo-boo.
can't I
Boo-boo.
Boo Boo?
Yeah.
Hey Boo Boo, what's up? Yeah, hey Boo Boo. And then there's of course Rocky.
Yeah.
The one verse
love
I wish that I always could have been able to do Rocky the Flying Squirrel, but June
Yeah.
Foray's voice I was never able to duplicate. But I was walking around here. There's stupid just because I know you love it when it becomes dialect day
I
on the
love
show.
Yeah.
accent
Yes.
day.
Do any of you
So much
watch?
fun.
I know Al probably doesn't much, but any of the old South Park shows?
Sure.
They're all
yeah.
they repeat constantly. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that they had gone in like when Timmy came in, Timmy, Timmy came in, and Jimmy with the crutches and all
Yeah.
this. Well, they have an entire special ed class now that's part of the whole South Park, which I guess happened years ago because South Park has been on now like 30 years. But I didn't
Yeah.
realize that there's a.
is.
But
It
one
hasn't
of,
been that
but one
long
of the
yet.
kids in the special ed class is like the Godfather. And he's got these Foster Grant sunglasses, and he walks around. And he talks like this all the time. And, and I was cracking myself up walking around the house, thinking of you, Kat, as I was walking around trying to do this voice, thinking, "Well, I'm gonna have to master this." So at some point, I can come in the show. I can use that voice for whatever story or
Dom.
whatever we're doing.
Oh,
I
that's
approve
funny.
this message.
What are you doing, Cartman? What are you doing?
No, kitty. That's
oh.
my talking she can pat pat.
There's so many voices.
In order to be a good lesbian, my mom said you had to lick the carpet.
cracks
The
me
worst
up.
part is I've seen that episode.
Oh my god, it's hysterical.
Did you two spend a lot of time in the car? Did you drive this whole
Yeah, we
thing?
did.
That explains a lot right now.
Woo!
Yeah.
She's a little punchy.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I've traveled cross country with her
Can't
before
tell.
too.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
no.
Which car did you take?
Mine.
Okay.
And
A lot of fun.
actually, she slept a lot
Slept
of
the
the way.
whole time.
Because after 7.5 years, we realized that I have horrible car anxiety. When she drives, when I drive, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Control
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't recall. I don't recall if when we drove across country, because we drove in the Subaru from Minneapolis, St. Paul down to my hometown in Missouri, and then across to here.
Yep.
I don't recall if you slept or not, but yeah, I feel like I don't ever want to do that again.
Oh,
Wow.
We road trip well together.
you mean? Well, I thought we did too.
No, we did, but I'm good.
Apparently not.
As
Well,
many
I know,
times
like,
as many
wow.
times as I've driven back and
Yeah.
forth across this country,
No.
I'm pretty good at not doing it, and especially in a virtual nonstop, which we did.
Right, which we did. Right, we didn't get to take a bunch of time to be like, look at the beauty.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a much better driver than I'm a passenger. I'm a
He's a horrible
wreck.
passenger.
Oh, I'm
horrible.
a fucking nervous wreck. Like
Yeah.
I just am.
Well, and I don't drive
okay.
slowly.
No.
And I don't understand the whole why.
And you
speed
text
limit?
and drive.
I do not while I'm driving on these road
Not while
trips.
not while I'm in the car.
Okay.
What else?
Caveat.
Right? I mean, I'll.
Right. Is
that
I'll-
why you didn't text
I
me back?
own it.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll own it. That's
Fair enough.
fine.
You'll notice she got
Okay.
no shirt.
Yeah, I know.
There, now
I
the
know,
now the
I
listening
totally-
public can see you. I didn't realize I'd forgotten to change the camera shot there. There you
Hi,
are.
Jenny.
it's lovely.
And Joe.
Yeah.
Ernie.
Everybody in the chat
And
room.
everyone else in the chat room.
Yeah. Have you been in here with Danny and Summer?
In summer. Not
Not yet?
In here. No.
No, but you have been in the chat room.
Oh, there's
when
another
they've been
road
in
trip
there?
for you. Go to Claremore,
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
there you go.
Drive to
We've
Claremore.
done Oklahoma. I had a panic attack in
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
she really did. There was a when we went
For a lot of
through,
reasons.
coming back from Michigan.
Yeah.
There was a rainstorm that was
Maybe a tornado.
might have been like a tornado had
Okay.
hit down and touched down, and it was really kind of startling.
When I drove
weather.
out here across Oklahoma, there was a
Nothing.
yeah. But just past the nothing, there was a tornado like out our side window, like going down, and we were like, "What should we like?"
keep driving.
Twister hadn't come out yet, so we didn't know
Oh.
what to do.
Sure,
So we just
Oh.
kept driving.
Cow.
I'm like, yeah.
Boy, I gotta go. We got
Right.
Yeah,
cows.
who got cows? I think it's the same cow.
I love that
She
movie. I
was
can't
doing-
help it. I
she-
love
Oh,
that
I do
movie.
too.
out.
I can't remember if,
Yep.
like, if I knew that they turned. So I think I thought we were. But I just kept saying,
Oh, it's over there.
Oh no,
Yeah.
they turn. They move.
Ooh, so
Definitely do.
scary.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know things until they make movies about them.
Okay.
It's a smart way to learn,
that's-
honestly.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah,
the
I can
best
see
way.
that from you.
So now this master plan of the trip, I'm going to assume, because she works 24/7, because I'm sure
Yes.
payroll hit twice while you were gone. I'm sure. Now, were you on your regular spring break,
Summer.
summer break? Oh, this is
Because
summer
it's
for
like
you.
1,000 degrees out. Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
summer
for-
for all of us, really.
But I forget. No, I know that. No, but I forget whether or not
Yeah,
because some
summer.
school do. Am I wrong? Some schools do go through the
Year
summer.
round.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Some schools just have a 6-week summer
'Kay.
instead of an 8-week summer. I wrote curriculum all of June, so my summer actually started on the 29th of June, and we left on the 30th of June. So I've been on vacation now my entire summer, all
Look out.
11
Okay.
days.
Good
I know.
for you.
I
Wow,
know.
that's really changed. I'm used to. God, I'm trying to think. Was it July, June, July,
June, July,
August? Like I was used to
Back
3,
after
almost
Labor Day.
4 months. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
from anywhere besides Arizona, you didn't go back until after Labor Day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That was
Arizona,
us.
we're back. I'm back on July 30th. The kids are back August, whatever that Monday is afterwards.
That-
Wow.
That,
Isn't that
feels like
wild?
about our schedule. I think
Yeah,
we're back
yeah.
the second
Oh, yeah, you
Monday of
obviously
August.
would
Yeah,
be.
the second
Yeah.
Monday.
I feel like we're back either the 7th or the 14th.
The
Reason-
7th
I
is
think we
when
start
my
on a
students are
Wednesday.
back.
rationale for that being different in Arizona as it is to other states.
Arizona is stupid.
Yes.
Diane.
Ding, 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 ding. Some people try to blame it on air conditioning, but that doesn't make
That
sense.
makes no
because
sense.
It,
August-
it costs
literally-
more in August
Right.
than it does in June.
Yeah.
Because the
Right.
weather could not be possibly be worse than in August.
As
but
warm as it
because
can
you
be.
You
finish
can't
in
do
May.
anything.
You finish
Right.
in May, right? I think it's to give instead of having August off, you have June off because June is miserable, but it's less horrible than at least
Right.
August
Oh.
is the doldrums
But you can't
everywhere.
do anything
Right.
outside in
Either
August.
way,
So
my
if they're gonna
children
be-
never go outside.
Right. So if they're going to be
Right.
inside anyway, have them in
But
the
at
class.
least in June you can
Right.
kind of fake it. It's just dry and hot.
Right.
So you know,
I would rather they be off for all of November and December
Sure.
than July and June and July.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honest to
just-
God, I would rather just go to school all summer and be off over the holidays.
schools weren't invented for
That does
us in
make-
different, you know.
Yeah, the school districts wouldn't like that because of the air conditioning.
Oh,
And
I'm not
what?
saying that, but like we're more like the southern, like the nice weather for us to go outside and
Right.
enjoy your time
Right.
is in the winter.
Right.
It makes way more sense, but we're all following the model.
She could
of
tolerate
somewhere.
2 kids in
Right.
the house in November, December outside.
Because you can go
Right.
outside and
Right.
they're like,
Get
"I
out
need
of
a
my
fucking
house."
break."
Right.
Right. It's just.
I've literally said to both of them, "Get out of my house."
CPS doesn't get involved. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can lock them in the car from like
Get out of my
November
Oh.
through late January.
Right.
Oh, that's great.
So all in all, great trip you had to the Tetons. And where else did you go?
We went up through Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
spent the night at the Four Seasons. Very fancy.
Viva
Very
Las
fancy.
right.
Vegas.
Oh,
Um,
and
Yeah.
I was going to text you all,
And
but then I
But
thought
she didn't because
I'm going to wait.
She doesn't.
No, I thought I was going
Oh.
to wait until today
Oh.
when I knew I'd be back.
Well, here we are.
Today is
Um,
Here we are.
So
we go.
I'm going up I went and got us breakfast, and I'm going back up the elevator to our room.
Oh, yeah.
Viva
And I'm
Las
like, there was
Vegas.
this guy talking on the phone, and I was like, I know that voice. Whose voice is that? And I'm kind of looking, only saw his back. And I'm thinking, who, that voice?
It's Backman.
We get into the elevator.
Sorry, that was a bad pun. I'm terribly
and
sorry.
Before, like, I couldn't see, it wasn't like I could see who it was. Gentleman walked onto the elevator. He was talking on the phone.
Was it Ron White?
Security followed him in.
Security follows in, and I'm thinking, okay. And I went, oh my God. Like thank God I didn't say it out loud because that would have been embarrassing. But the gentleman, as he turned around, I realized who it was, and it was Eugene Levy.
Oh.
wow.
And so we're going up to the 35th floor, and I'm like, don't look at him, don't act like just be cool. Like then you guys will hang out, become best friends, and
Yeah.
he'll
Right.
you know, whatever. And so I wanted to like reach out and be like, where's your son? But I thought that would be rude.
Right.
And
But appropriate.
But appropriate.
Sure,
right.
I
sure.
don't disagree.
What also would have been cool is
So-
if you just stood behind him and went, David!
David! I know, right?
Johnny.
Johnny Rose!
So we're on the 35th floor, and so it goes to the 35th floor, and all of a sudden, who's getting off but Eugene Levy?
Right.
So now I get on the elevator with him. I'm
Stalker.
walking behind him, getting off the elevator. Here's with
Oh.
his wife. I'm like, okay, just turn one way or another, because I'm right behind him. We go walking. Here's the hallway. There are like 3 different hallways.
Right.
Please pick one of the other ones, because I seriously look like I'm stalking you. He chooses the one to go down. He was 2 doors down from us.
Oh.
And
Which means that, yes, Jenny, we are very fancy
We're
because we stayed
very
on the
fancy.
Eugene Levy floor.
That's right. We were on the Eugene Levy floor.
Well,
And
that's
his
very
wife was a
interesting.
delight, and he seemed delightful, and I really wanted to
Did you
say
actually?
something.
Oh, okay.
but
No, she didn't say anything to him.
I just only because he was on the phone, and you know, like
Yeah.
he's just there with his
But
wife.
she almost pissed herself when she got back to the room.
I
She was
really
like,
did. I was like, oh my god!
So funny.
Because hearing his voice, like where you sit there,
Yeah.
you're like how
Well,
many
because
times
it's
did-
kind of, there's a nasal to
Yeah.
it that when he talk.
Yeah.
I can just
That's good.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
And I'm envisioning
It was awesome.
SCTV characters of
See
his.
why I like voices,
I know,
Jay?
I do.
It's good.
Today's
That's what I was
And
envisioning.
for me,
Every
one
day
of the
is Voices
funniest
Day.
movies that I've ever seen with him, and it was one of those where you just sit down, it's on TV, and you just kind of happen to watch it. Was is it Bringing Down the House
Oh,
with him and Steve Martin? Yes, him and Steve Martin, Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah, yeah.
Okay.
And and Betty White was in it, and I laughed my ass
It's a
off.
very funny
Eugene Levy
movie.
was funny as fuck in that movie. So, anyway, hearing his voice, it was very fun. And
That's one of those ones that you stumble on. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm good.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was very
Just
fun.
lay back in the hotel and be like, we'll
Sure.
see y'all in an hour or two.
This is very fun. So we did that, and then
So then we went up through Idaho and Shoshone Falls,
Idaho,
which is
not me.
the Niagara Falls of the West.
It is. Have you
It
ever
is.
heard
No, it's
that?
gorgeous.
Yeah,
I have a lot of family that
Beautiful,
lives there.
beautiful.
In fact, I think I'm going that direction next weekend.
It's a beautiful drive.
Yep.
I like
I
it.
will.
Well,
I
not-
will
not
at some
Nevada.
point be. I'm
Nevada's
right now
ugly.
sending
Nevada's
you some
awful, yeah.
pictures.
All right.
Yeah, but
That is a very ugly drive. But then up through Idaho, I have to do it like this.
So then
Yes.
you went
Then we
across
went
through
up to
Rupert's and whatever,
Yellowstone.
up through Pocatello. Then you went to Idaho
Yep.
Falls. Yep,
Right,
yep,
right,
And
yep.
then we did that. Yeah. Then we did.
We just
Yellowstone.
mentally did a map.
Yeah.
You're
We did.
welcome.
yeah.
And then Yellowstone, and then we did down through Yellowstone, Old Faithful, into Jackson Hole. Where then that's where my family was, and we were there for 4 days, and then down through Wyoming and into Utah, and we were gonna do Bryce Canyon or Zion, but then we want to save that for another trip. It was just we were ready to
So
get
we wouldn't be
home.
rushing through it.
So
Yeah.
we did the Pink
Yeah.
Sands, which I'll save you $8 and a couple hours of your life. Don't bother.
Okay.
We
And,
truly were
mhm.
Clark Griswolding that shit. We
Oh,
were
yes.
like, no.
And
that's
then
pretty.
spent the night last night in Sedona. Last
very
night,
nice.
2 nights ago, Laura was very
Yep.
excited to
We saw
listen tonight,
Laura.
and we spent some time
Oh,
with
how
her.
fun.
Yep. And
Oh, you actually got to see her?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Cool.
went to
For a whole
lunch
day.
yesterday.
Did you bring
yeah,
any
we were
desserts
with
back?
her the whole day.
I know.
I did bring a
she's never
cookie, but I
ready.
left it at home.
But not a good cookie.
Oh,
I mean, a
no.
good, delicious cookie.
Oh, yeah.
But not of that
How
cookie.
rude.
Oh no, I mean her actual her desserts at that restaurant are
Yes.
ridiculous.
She
We
made this
did a cannoli.
but instead of the cannoli outside, because she doesn't like the outside, she put it in a waffle cone and dipped the waffle cone in chocolate, like
Dark
like
chocolate,
the frozen blue bunny with the
Ghirardelli.
bottoms all.
Did you have to leave a gun to take the cannoli?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
it really was.
That sounds
something.
lovely.
Thanks
Mom,
for
we
being
may
there.
Mom, we have to make a road trip up
Oh
to
my,
get.
have you not been
You
there to that
guys
restaurant?
I've never
really
been there.
do.
Oh,
It's-
get in the car. Just
Yes.
start driving now. That food is so good.
Everything
Yep.
there's so
But
good.
that dessert menu.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
She
my
comes up with
friend
the
that I was
most
on that road
amazing-
trip with, he doesn't talk a whole lot, and like just eats and kind of like goes through, like I never know what he has the thoughts on food,
Sure.
and like that dessert came and he was like, okay,
Yeah.
fuck this, and like started to like measure it out. It was some kind of peanut butter
Sure.
Uh-huh.
deliciousness.
Yep.
And then we got to the point of almost being sick, and we're like, just box this up, and the car just smelled so wonderfully. Oh,
And
So,
it's so good.
Daniel Ray was at the Hideaway House 2
Yeah.
days before we were.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah.
fun.
The Facebooks told me
That's
that.
fantastic. That's
We love Daniel
fantastic.
Ray.
Yeah. Oh, the food there is so good. So,
So
now
we-
her cannabis cookbook.
Yes, these aren't these are the she was asked to go ahead and write it's like Dear Mama because she's known as Mama in the marijuana world. And so she is Dear Mama in there as instead of Dear Abby. She wanted to be able
Oh.
to write, so she has the whole middle section. These are a couple of the. So she's like the center.
She's snarky as hell, which
Centerfold.
is
God,
fantastic.
she
Oh, I
is.
agree.
Yeah,
I've actually been watching. She's been doing some videos lately on Facebook in reference to some legal happenings in Arizona
Yes.
with regards to the cannabis and the oils and different things. And it's
Mm-hmm.
I'm not part of it. I don't fully understand all of it, but watching her and the passion
Mm-hmm.
with
yeah.
which she is delineating all of this information and explaining it in woman speak or
Mm-hmm.
however you want to say it, but I just am enjoying it. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying watching her. In fact, I even messaged her and I'm like,
It's her podcast?
It's not. Well, it's not. No,
Because they're doing
She
trying
just
to do a
started
podcast.
okay, no, this was literally just a
Just
she.
the videos.
She just
Oh,
did
okay.
a video and posted on Facebook, and I was
Okay.
like, she
She has
just
a YouTube channel.
maybe okay. I don't
Yeah.
know. But now I'm laughing because it's like they call her Mama. I was thinking, no, Mama Cass.
Right.
That's
Sure.
one pill for
And I'm like,
you, one
yeah,
pill for
right,
you.
right,
I don't know what
You've been
headband
told?
rosin is. I don't know what is shatter.
There were so many. She was talking about how they've changed it and the different counties for the people outside of Arizona, that like in Yavapai County where Sedona is, because there's Coconino and whatever, and so wherever in Yavapai they've gone through and gotten rid of all the laws, like just wiped everything out. So now you can't have the bakeries, and now you can't.
Oh yeah, they got rid of the CBD. They got rid of like CBD or something.
stuff, right? There was something like that, and I got confused by all of it. But she is like she hangs out with Snoop Dogg, like as far as like she has photos with him, and
Oh.
that's where he's like, "Hey, Mama." That's where I believe a lot of that came from. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm really
learning
proud
so
of
much
her.
as I'm reading.
It's good.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it's
really
called
proud of her.
Hideaway House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sedona.
we so yeah, we did a lot of the things. Sorry about that. We did a lot of the things, and like I said, I'll be sending some pictures. But we saw moose and squirrel. We saw a moose and a baby moose.
And we saw a deer and an antelope playing.
Yep, we did.
No
Yeah.
fucking around with
And
that
we
one.
sang.
Was
Yeah.
seldom heard.
Yeah.
A
Seldom was
discouraging
heard a
word.
No discouraging word.
The skies
And
were
the
not
skies
cloudy
were not
all
cloudy.
day.
Yeah. We saw a lot of. We went into Utah literally singing the
Oh,
Book
we
of
listened
Mormon.
to the Book of Mormon almost
Yeah.
the whole way through the state.
I'm sure no one else has ever done that,
Salt
but
and
we
egg
were
No.
amused by
Sure,
ourselves.
nobody else has ever done it.
We thought that was great.
Yeah.
We, as every good lesbian couple does, we went to and stayed
Seems
in
really judgy.
Beaver, Utah.
We stayed in Beaver.
We stayed in Beaver and we got the goods.
First heard about her hole,
from
now
there.
her beaver. I'm just
Yeah,
not sure.
I'm telling you.
This is not
I'm
a
really
child-friendly
uncomfortable
show.
with this.
No, I'm as was
It's your
I, but-
club.
Yeah.
They're your people.
Listen, I renounce my spokesmanship.
Yeah.
As the
I
minority.
I worry about any club that would have me as a member.
For real.
As the minority in this room at this time.
Hey, Danny, give me one minute.
Because Dan,
Yeah.
you missed the best part of the trip.
Yeah, just give me 1 minute. We
They're gone already.
No, come back.
No, they're
come
gone.
back.
No, they don't know.
Come back.
They're never gonna hear it.
And I'll miss you
Whatever.
most of all.
Wah, wah.
But yeah, so we did all
we open that
kinds of the
champagne?
things. We're going
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
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 We're going
Speed
to
her up a
because
little bit.
yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
to.
If we
Is
quit
it-
interrupting
is there-
her, apparently.
Yes.
Oh, the champagne has to
Well,
be timed.
yeah, it
Oh,
really
I see.
does. Because I wanted to hand out the. These are some cute little rings. They're
Aw.
little. What do you call it? Like, are they cute?
Like a little
They're
ring
gummy
pop
rings.
gummy.
Ring pops.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah. They're little gummy rings because when
Just
we
to be
were,
sure, I
what?
have been drinking. They're not pot gummies,
They're
right?
not
Okay,
pot
good.
gummies, not from.
Correct.
I do have to get home at some
No,
point.
they're different ring pops, right? But they're because I asked Aaron to marry me when we were.
Hey!
Oh.
I knew. As soon as you
Hence the
said ring pop, I knew where we were
champagne.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
I
were-
never
Well
followed
done,
this
well
well.
done.
I never do good with this.
Yeah.
In the middle,
Okay.
In the
of, the
middle
lake,
of the lake.
I had her on a canoe, and she
You were trying to drown
She
her?
had me on a canoe. Isn't that
Yeah.
great? It could have been a really awkward ride back.
Was there a
had she
little man
said-
in the canoe? Because I heard that was the secret.
That's really challenging because you got to get your leg like way up there.
Well, it's not that challenging when you lose weight, but no,
What are you trying to say?
no, not you.
Listen,
I'm
pal.
just saying.
oh,
It
geez.
wasn't as challenging
But
as
she
it
managed to
had
get on. She managed to get on her knee in the back of the canoe, and I was in the front. But I couldn't like turn around all the way because if you stand up, then
Had we
But
done,
you're
Tippy
sure
canoe
she
and
was
Tyler
talking to
too,
you.
right?
had we
I mean,
done,
I'm fairly certain there were no other canoes around. Maybe it was a bird or two.
Oh, but
but-
wait. No, wait.
So anyway,
Wonderful story, everything.
yeah.
But wait, no, hang
I
on.
said yes.
That's what I was
Yeah,
waiting
I
for.
said yes.
You said yes. Okay.
Since then,
Because I was going to be really sad if we got this
She
great,
did,
great
Jenny,
build
she
up in a
did.
story and the answer was a
The
negative.
champagne
like I
would
said,
seem out of
I agree,
spirit,
but
yeah.
I wanted to
And
make
it would
sure.
have been a really awkward ride, back
Yes.
to shore. She said no.
I have reminded her multiple times a day since then that she asked me,
Yeah.
I'm fucking crazy, and
Yeah.
she asked me, so now deal with it.
I've been telling her that for months. You're
Right.
going to ask her? She's crazy.
She's fucking dingbatty. I know.
I feel like getting it on record for the judge is important too. Well played.
For later in the disposition.
Yeah.
In the
Thank you all in the chat.
deposition.
Deposition.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
The
guys.
deposition.
And
Yeah.
with that,
Now
with
the
Joe D, our
champagne.
archivist.
Disposition is how you feel about it. Deposition is what you tell the court.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was.
Hey,
Right.
two
Yeah.
things, one beautiful solution.
That's right.
Um,
So I will be sending
so-
the
Making
photos.
So is
Congratulations. Very
Thank you.
exciting.
Thank you.
So I
Mazel
made
tov.
her. Okay, thank you.
Local
I
wedding, or
made
we're going back
her-
to the hole?
Well,
Oh.
Or the
yeah,
canoe.
Actually,
We've
we're
kicked that
probably
around.
yeah.
That's
That's what we've talked
But I
about.
made her promise a very long time ago
Road
that she
trip.
wouldn't get me a ring. I wanted to be a part of, like, we wanted us to, whatever. So anyway, so she has her parents' diamonds, the diamonds from her parents' rings. These are her parents' rings.
That's my mom's and my dad's rings, so that they
Oh.
could be a part of it. Like I asked mom if I could have the rings,
okay.
so that my
Oh,
dad
okay.
And
died when I was 17.
she proposed with a boxing appropriate silicone ring, which actually I
As
love
any good lesbian would.
because I'm not worried I'm going to break it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Very popular at the hospital because no one wants
They
to wear
are.
their
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
rings in those situations.
Oh, right.
Sure.
Because finally,
Nobody wants that like big set.
the first
Right.
time I saw like
in
a
the
black thing, the ring, I thought, well,
Thank you.
I guess it's attractive. It must, I guess that's a style.
Right,
And
right.
then somebody that I knew that married well, I was
Oh.
like, yeah, I mean, I didn't care about you. I just wanted to drink.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm like, bitch, do two things at once.
Somebody just opened
I'll
that.
multitask for the
girl.
love of
Okay.
Jesus.
I can't do it. I can't.
Clearly.
I can cut
Stand
it
by.
big.
We're launching the second bottle.
That's not the part of the story that was a surprise.
Right. It's fantastic.
Well, okay, but
Why don't
so
you let a professional
we don't
help
have
you pour
we don't
your-
have a
Wants the
time
pink.
frame or anything.
Marnie wants the pink one.
No.
Well, I mean, we've been together 7.5 years. We still don't live together.
Yeah, so let's not speed into
we'll
things
be married
here,
by 15 years,
Yeah.
we figure.
Okay. And no one's pregnant, so there's no rush.
Not yet.
No
Ronnie wants
shotgun.
pink.
You gotta
Mine wants
ask.
pink.
Thank you, thank you.
Who else wants
Thank you.
pink?
Not
Is it
it.
gonna be a?
Hey,
Opa!
Oh!
We're good.
We're spillage. We have
We're
spillage.
fine. We're fine.
Here we go.
Yep.
That was like when we saw Old
Pretend we're in
Faithful.
Puerto
It was like
Rico.
a pre-attack. Oh,
Not the first time I've had bubbles shoot through my hands. I just want to mention.
A Puerto Rico joke is good. Do you want pink?
that was good.
Sure,
Not
whatever.
pink? All right.
No, I'll take. No, what's that
Not
one?
pink?
This
All
one
right.
is
It's
a.
not pink.
I'll take the
Clearly
not
not
pink
Yeah,
one.
the not pink.
All right, well then I'll drink
All right.
pink. That's fine.
And what? We can drink them both.
That's
don't care.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mama
And
Daddy.
cake. I'll
And-
go get the cake.
Yeah, that's why we got the cake.
What's the cake?
Oh.
Say.
It is
Cake.
Is it chocolate?
It's chocolate and vanilla.
Hope you feel
Oh.
better.
No,
I don't know
yeah,
what
right,
it says.
Good luck.
They were out of.
Right.
They were out of
Yeah.
congratulations
They were out of
games. So
Well, the
we
sweet
got.
little gay at the Safeway bakery took a right
Oh.
on it for me, and I was like, I don't know. It's
no.
okay.
Yeah, we're good.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
I need to get there.
Who
sorry.
else wants the Oh,
Oh.
Cups are right
turns out
there.
I took the cups.
Yes,
Turns out I
please.
gave them to you.
So yeah,
Wow.
I'm an excellent assistant.
there.
You are.
I'm sending
Tired.
one
You're welcome.
at a time because that way at
Thank
least
you,
you'll
thank
get
you,
the
thank you.
one. I think.
I
What is
have.
happening?
I poured an extra pink, so I'll
Oh,
drink
me.
the pink.
Oh, no, I got mine.
You got yours.
By the way, if you're just tuning in and watching the screen and you see the.
Congratulations.
Oh, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you, thank you.
Here we go.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
our
Cheers,
best
cheers,
this
cheers,
holiday
cheers.
season.
Cheers.
Somebody clink Clayton.
Cheers.
Nothing up my sleeve.
Fucking paper cups.
Hey, boo boo.
No
Hey,
sense
boo
in
boo, we're
that
gonna
bullshit.
get a picnic basket.
Well, I hadn't finished my beer yet.
So the girl, for those of you joining in and wondering, in our shot here, we've got the four of us you normally see, and then there's the young lady waving right there in the center square.
Very young, very young. Center
Center
Square.
Square.
That
I love
we've
it.
talked about her for years. She's been on the show before. We refer to her as Ernie. This is
Ernie.
Erin.
Oh.
That would be Marty's
And-
fiance right there on
Her
I just sent
betrothed.
you the picture, the
Betrothed.
main picture.
the show. Of the canoe.
No, but leave my canoe.
Thank you
It's
very
awkward.
much.
It's worth asking. I
Yeah,
mean, just
right.
you
Why
know.
not?
I can send you a picture. Of the
No,
canoe.
no,
Yeah,
no. Oh
no,
dear
we're
God! Don't even talk to
Don't.
me.
No, because that's awkward.
Oh, look at that. Oh, wow! Look at you. Hang on. I'm
No,
not-
look at you.
I'm not going to just enjoy it myself. I will post it for you other people to see.
Not that one.
Let's do that.
No.
Yeah, let's get to that.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Oh my cat.
Oh, how many fucking how many are you going to show me?
Oh, not. I'm just.
Oh, this is
sending
this is a cute picture.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Hang on, let's
So I
get.
sent that to.
There we go. Look at this. Look at that. Look at you two.
Aw, that's Lake Jenny right
Yep.
there. That's where we were.
And my favorite
Jenny, it was
little.
Lake
Dip in your
Jenny.
canoe
My
in Lake
favorite,
Jenny. We've
my
all done it.
favorite caveat to that is that Jenny was a Shoshone Indian, right? And
night.
Shoshone.
her Shoshone. That's what I kept saying, and someone said so. Anyway, thank you, Shoshone Indian, and she was married to Richard Lee, who was this white guy with the name
Dick
Beaver Dick.
They called him Beaver Dick.
His nickname
Dick.
was Beaver
Sure.
Dick. Don't think I didn't laugh
Sure, you
my
say.
ass
Sure.
off.
Sure.
Sure,
That's
you
normal.
say.
Sure.
Who
Beaver
is
Dick.
like, who's gonna walk around
So
and be
is
like,
Beaver Dick
oh,
went
I
on
grew up in the-
Jenny's
I grew
Lake?
up
is
in the
what you're
Mountain
saying.
West.
Exactly.
Like, everything's
Beaver
named
Dick
after
was
beavers.
hanging out in Jenny's Lake. It's too much. It's
Wow.
too much. These are my thoughts.
Take Utah State history.
Anyway.
Everything's named after
Like
beavers.
So
I am.
flat and sturdy, like I don't
Right,
know.
right, right. Flap, flap, flap. I don't know. Yeah, see? Just, I don't know.
We just went to a weird place. Al, what have you been doing?
Yes. Moving on.
Let me tell you
I'm
what
ready
my
to cake.
beaver's been doing.
Yes.
Oh.
Or don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's gonna show a couple pictures.
Oh, photo.
Went back to the Niagara
Slides,
Falls.
slides.
And one of the things that we did again this summer for the second
You all
summer
wore
in a
the
row-
same thing. That's cute.
Yeah, we. It's a long memo that goes out to get that outfit.
You guys have those made?
I love
See,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
We did. They're made out of fresh trash can liners. Beautifully designed. So this is the Maid of the Mist. Just as you start to be like, you should probably turn around now. But right like after this moment, it just turns into like you're in some kind of special effects IMAX nature movie. Like the sky disappears. All you can hear is the roar of the water.
Pam
And
and
we-
Jim on The Office had a really nice
Yeah,
moment there.
beautiful.
Yeah, and that's they.
Yeah.
This is they were on the American
I know.
sides. They're on this boat, so we had to have a little tribute to them. What's that?
No.
He's got a dishwasher though.
We have regular plates.
The cabinet above the dishwasher. That's where they'll be. There you go.
So this is
Here's
is
your
coming
The
back.
maid
This
comes
is
on
the other side of
Wednesdays.
the horseshoe.
Right.
So this is coming back around, and the funny thing, or the other side of the boat. I don't know which way we're going, but that's the other side of the boat because they go way too far, and then they turn the boat engine off and just kind of like come out with the tide, and then they turn the engine on, and it's just fucking terrifying. But it's so cool, and it's all blah 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 as everybody's talking and like looking at stuff and wondering at all the rainbows and everything. Did I send you one that has a rainbow in it? Cause
Nope.
Oh.
okay. Because there's
That'd be
rainbows
too gay.
everywhere. Yeah.
Too
Yeah, right?
gay.
Yeah.
Oh no, but they're everywhere. And my
that-
niece's boyfriend had never been down there before, and because I was like, it's called Niagara Falls is called Rainbow County for a reason, because the rainbows are just
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah. 'Cause
of
But
all
it's
the
like
water in
blah
the
blah
air,
blah blah
sure.
blah, and then right when you get to like the point of like
Oh.
the
honey, I'm
sky
sorry.
disappears and you're just it's just all mist. It just turns into like this weird, really weird thing. Because this is Niagara Falls, but he's been
That's very
talking the whole
exciting.
time. But they like crank up the volume for that because it's all about like trivia about the falls and why this is called that and what things have happened. But then he just says that and then they cut it off because you couldn't hear anything anyways,
Right.
like the roar. But it's really cool. So that was really cool.
In a world.
In a world,
I
yeah.
love
Where
those
the
tours.
falls are
I
real.
love those tours. We made everybody go on one of those in San Diego. We're like, listen, it's a boat tour. He's going to talk a lot. He's going to tell us about what we're seeing. We're going to go around the whole harbor.
Yeah.
Sit down and shut up and just look.
Yeah, because they're lovely. They're always lovely. And so my one niece got married. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture, which is strange.
Oh wait, no, you sent me. Oh, I didn't. Hang on. You did send me one picture of the. Oh, here it is. Oh, there. This. You sent me this picture.
Oh, okay, so then
Aw.
my other niece had the good sense to have her baby the day before I arrived.
Hooray.
Timing.
Good sense.
So there, so
I
there
love
was
it.
no extra time spent at a hospital. And he came home the night before the wedding, so he couldn't go to the she
Look at
couldn't
him.
go
He's
to the
awake.
wedding.
He's a traveling man
Yep.
already.
Oh, and his little
you go.
jaunty "don't fuck with me" with his hand on his knee, just killing us.
Love him.
So that is Owen Matthew, and
Aw.
he's just adorable. So it was exciting, and then just visiting with people and
Nice.
people in and out of fucking hospitals,
Sure.
and
Mm.
sucks to be old. And
People
then,
in and out of not just having the baby then.
no.
Oh, other
There's
stuff.
No, it's a turnstile. Just
There's
in and out.
in and out,
Sorry,
in and
yeah.
out. But and then I came home to my wonderfully redone home done by Mr. Clayton McKee over
Yeah.
here, who did so much stuff at my house.
That's great.
Very busy.
Yes. Oh my
I need
god.
to give him my keys.
Yeah, right? That would be great.
What a treat.
Oh,
Good.
we're not done. We're not done with it. But there's a couple things that I did that I was exceptionally proud of for him. One of it, because he left me a laundry list of this needs to be done, that needs to be done, yada yada yada. The blackout or the blackout thing in the bathroom, I know was a dream for you
Oh,
because
yeah.
just shutting off the world.
Well, I like to take a
Well,
bath
sure.
in the daytime, but it's not dark enough, so I like to take.
Oh, I
I
didn't
like to go
realize-
into like sensory deprivation.
I didn't realize what the point was of that.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, I
many
changed his
snacks
garage doors so that when he opens the garage door when he gets home, because when he leaves here at night, it is dark. Though there is a floodlight, the cavernous of the garage, you don't know what's in there when you open the door unless
Ooh,
you
scary.
go in
Yeah.
and find the. So I rewired so when he opens the door like a refrigerator, it comes on automatically.
So exciting.
Yeah, so he's
That
got
was really cool.
it's safety everywhere. That we replaced outdoor lights and that light and floorboards.
So I'm going to make you a key.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, me next. Me
You
next.
just come over whenever you want.
Oh, actually, Marn and I have already had that discussion, so she's got a list of stuff
Okay.
No.
that I'm going to do, and I'm going to bet that it's probably a little bit better than the previous
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
issue that you had with that. Well, I've already installed 2 lights at your place
Wonderful.
and got you to not install 1 light
Yeah.
in the hallway.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
Yeah, we'll get. Oh, and I fixed your vacuum too.
That's right.
Yeah, it
That's
just
right.
makes life so much better.
Well,
And knowing you can trust it.
I will parlay from that story to what I've been doing, which I have no glamorous stories like you guys have because I don't go anywhere. But
We really add to our stories, I think. I
since
just need to teach you to embellish.
oh no,
right?
honest Clayton here, I cannot tell a lie. So the Thursday after the Thursday of Drag Race, which ended on the 29th, which I believe that was the Thursday after our last show, right?
I was away. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So Stacey Lewis pulls me into his office there at the Stacey's, and he's like, "I have
The
a-"
awful one upstairs?
No, the one outside in the little shed that they
the
added.
shed, sure.
Yeah, where he smokes continually.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a lot.
yeah, it's a lot.
I know.
But I feel like I'm either in the office at my grandparents that ran the nightclub. My grandfather's office in the back smelled just like this. Everything was just coated with smoke. You know, the whole thing.
Just tell him you smell like my grandpa. I bet you quit smoking that day.
Or it smelled like
I bet he
Winks.
doesn't.
Or it was like Winks, you know, when it's all just enclosed. Anywho, Anthony Hugger was going to leave.
I heard that.
So that was part of this conversation that has now been changed. Anthony is staying, blah, blah, blah. But
Good for Anthony.
what I did not know about the Stacys is there's a whole laundry list of stuff that they're all so busy with what all they do that nothing's getting done.
Sure.
Painting this, fixing that, putting up new lights, fixing old lights. This doesn't work. That doesn't work. So Stacy's like, I have this whole list of shit here. I have a list of stuff at my house. I want to hire you to do all of this stuff.
Good. I love it.
So I had already started because when Al left, he's like, well, I have a whole bunch of stuff to do. And it was great that he was going to be gone for 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever it was. So I didn't have to worry about disturbing him with his crazy sleep schedule. So I was able to do a lot of stuff inside his house. So now I'm in this long list of stuff for Stacy, then his house. You said you've got a list of stuff that needs to be done. So, and now I've got JoJo sending me people calling me about
Good.
different stuff. So basically what I'm doing,
Handyman
it-
for hire.
I've just
Yeah.
gone
Oh
back,
my God.
Great.
back into handyman services because I don't know, for whatever reason, everything aligned to me
Yeah.
doing this. Everybody kept saying do it. And I'm like, nah. And so maybe that's where we're going with this.
Good for you.
So
I love
that's
it.
what it is. So
I love it.
Are you happy?
yeah, it is. You know,
all that matters.
one of the big differences is, and I think you'll understand this because you're doing projects every day that you get to see the finished work and you're done, like of all your shirts, right?
Well, assuming that I stick with it and do it, yes.
Right,
No,
yeah.
right.
Yes,
but I mean,
yes.
but when you do a project, you get to see the fruits of your labor and be done, and the people,
Yes.
then your customers.
And then people
oh my
are
God, it's
happy,
not right.
and then I cash a check, and then I'm happy. And
very
right.
very
Circle
different
of life.
very different feeling from installing a point of sale system somewhere. They work, they love that they make things go better, but then from day one, not everybody knows how to use it, so it's not a miracle worker,
Right.
and nobody actually you're never there for that moment of when they all figure it all out,
Right.
right? So
Oh, sure. You don't
so-
get to see the happy.
Right. So when you go somewhere and like, oh, this light hasn't worked for weeks, or this hasn't done, and you fix it instantly, everybody's happy. And it's like,
I can see. It's
it's amazing the difference. I mean, I found out how many lights have been out, air conditioning filters, all these kinds of things are like, oh my God, people, come on, we got to get on this. So it's been fun.
How are you with plumbing?
That depends what you're talking about.
All right, we'll talk.
No.
Yeah, it depends what you're talking about.
Not that
Hey,
dirty
hey, I've
fucking
just
minds.
got
God
it.
Lady
damn it.
plumbing.
I mean, I know where everything is. I don't know what that even means. So,
Damn it.
so that's what I've been doing. Like my neighbor next door here,
Can I reach
Cynthia.
up there and find something for you?
I found a class ring and a
Not what I meant.
Volvo.
Not what I meant at all.
So
Fine.
my neighbor
Volvo,
next door,
Volvo,
Cynthia,
what
she's the one.
happened?
I installed all the blackout blinds in her house, which is how I figured out the one for you. Multiple things. It's been cool.
It's very exciting.
I
Good
do
for
love
you.
a dark house.
Oh, and you got your computer back too.
Oh, praise Jesus.
Yeah, I don't understand that whole story because it seems like you just did that to your computer not long ago.
No, that was like a getting rid of a virus thing.
Okay.
This was just a dead hard drive, and
Okay.
I knew it was sick. You know,
Yeah.
I had a feeling something
It was
wasn't quite
time.
right with
No.
her. And
Sometimes you just have to let it go.
then it
I'm
just
like, this is
she had a
very
good life.
sad.
yeah, it just stopped
It
working.
was a good run.
So we did the phone thing as long as we could. We tried long distance,
Right.
Sure.
but eventually we had to take her back to her mama.
That's right. That's right.
And the people at the Genius Bar were like, "Yeah, it's your hard drive. It'll be done in 2 days." I'm like, "Okay,
right.
I'll be back in 2 days."
Right.
And it really was like, "Oh, we polished it." I'm like, "Well, do I need to stay here and you guys show me?" Like, it's the same goddamn. Just get out of here. Like, put it in the box.
Right.
Go
Right.
home.
Fire
turn
it up.
on.
Right.
It's a Mac. Stop.
Right. Right.
So
Good.
Okay.
yeah, and
Good news all around.
I forgot because I had just adapted to everything else. Like I just very rarely went in that room to use the internet.
That does explain what you've been saying for months, though, is it seems to be slower.
Yeah, it was just slow, and I thought it had a virus.
And
or
now is it
something.
like lightning?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like,
my God.
well, you know what it's like? It's like a computer.
So fast.
Computer.
Magical.
Yes, that's that kind of speed. That's what I'm talking.
Oh, that's great.
Just stupid, and just how long you're willing to put up with something.
Oh, right.
Or, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Like, honey, your dishwasher's dead.
Right.
He's laying on the ground. That's from the Mr. Obvious
He
show.
had a nice life.
Right.
He really had a good life.
How old is your dishwasher? Probably about 20.
Oh, that's a long time for a dishwasher, yeah.
You have to listen to that Mr. Obvious, the dishwasher. Hysterical.
Uh-huh.
Funny.
So,
That's not burning motors. That's rotting human flesh you smell.
so anyway, that's basically what my whole world has been lining up jobs, figuring out shit. Oh, and we are in our rainy season here, which is just
More like a dusty season.
fucking humid. It rained
And it
mud yesterday.
smells. It just stinks.
Oh, I
Not
don't-
the good smell.
Oh, I don't even. I have not noticed that at all.
Oh, it
My
always
neighborhood.
starts off
But I
the
also
rain
Smells like
smell.
dirt
I
a
live in
little
the
bit,
hood.
yeah.
Yeah, it starts off the good smell and then it goes to the dirt smell.
Yes, and the cat shit and weird neighbor smell.
You should really
But that's
move.
kind of how it always is. in
Apparently,
my
you have a
house.
lot of areas for cats.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's all.
Get the
I have
cat
some
shit
weird
smell.
neighbors. weird neighbors.
Funny you go
love
right
it.
to cat shit. I don't know what that's about, but
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
Eesh.
Well, I found out over the couple times when it has rained, I didn't realize that the neighbor has a
Nice.
tree that when whatever falls off the tree when it gets wet, I kept thinking it was natural gas. I think I may have mentioned this before a few weeks ago when we were still here, obviously. But I kept finding like when my sprinklers would go off in the backyard, I'm like, it's so weird. I smell gas, like a gas leak. And I thought,
See, I'm telling you, it's smelly.
but I had him out here twice, and finally the second guy's like, oh no, it's this tree. So he double checked everything, no leak, everything's
crazy.
good. And he's like, he goes, did you just water the lawn? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, and I just I thought it was because it was in the night when I noticed it, the winds were calm. Because in the daylight, we have for some reason, we have a lot of wind anymore in Phoenix for some reason.
Right.
But I thought because the wind was calm at night, that's why I was smelling it. And he's like, no, it's your sprinklers. He goes, the second this stuff from this tree he goes, we see that all the time. Apparently on the west side, they have that tree a lot more. And I'm like, cut this fucking tree down.
Smells like natural
Yeah.
gas. Why wouldn't you plant one?
Don't know.
I want
Yippee.
to.
That's great.
Why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah.
It's like those olive trees that then they
Oh.
get everywhere, and it's just like smushed side. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about? I grew up
sidewalk
around,
olives.
Yes,
Yeah.
I grew up
Yep.
around all those olive trees, and just the sidewalk was just spotted and gross, and then ugh,
Yeah.
didn't smell good either.
That's another
Yep.
gross. That's a gross tree.
That is a gross tree.
Yes, there's those.
My lemon tree died while we were gone.
Oh, that's sad. We'll get a new one.
It wasn't in the ground yet. It was still in how I bought it. I bought it in its container, and I've been taking care of it in its container, and it died.
Corn free.
Right. So you had a caged tree.
Hey, handyman, do you want to plant a tree for me?
Oh no,
Not the
this
dead
doesn't. We're
one.
not digging
No.
holes.
No.
No, we're not.
Yes,
Calm
yes.
down.
Yeah.
Calm
Slow
down.
your roll.
I love to paint.
Now, Graves, hold on.
Right?
Do you
Right.
paint inside and outside?
I have. I mean, this isn't my favorite time of year for exterior painting.
No.
But no, yeah, I do enjoy
I
painting.
just feel like we're about to slip into a really dirty metaphor, and I want to be ready.
Smart. No, that's smart.
And she's going inside and outside. I'm a little. I don't know.
I'm not sure what segment we're on.
I don't
good.
know either.
Sorry, I came in. I screwed y'all up.
No,
No, it's perfect.
No,
like it.
yeah, we were
We
screwed when you got
prepared
here.
literally
Yeah.
nothing for this show, so this is good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I've got
Good
stuff.
that you brought stuff to talk about.
Yes.
So we needed something to listen to.
It's good stuff.
Go to Obsession now.
No, we're gonna bypass obsessions. We're
Oh,
gonna,
but I had a good one.
Oh.
I'll make it part of
really?
I'll make you suffer then in
Because
entertainment.
usually,
I'll
no,
just make entertainment longer.
because she never remembers we
I
have
don't
the
have one.
segment.
Okay.
Then she doesn't have one, and I figured we talked for well over an hour anyway.
Well,
so
luckily it was from entertainment, so I can
Skip
just
it, skip it.
skip it.
skip it. We'll do this. We'll do our headlines because that's always fun, isn't it? Where the hell's my cursor? I've lost it. Oh, I moved the wrong thing. Let's do this, see if we can get to it. Oh. Man sues ex-girlfriend for sabotaging his music career.
That's not real money.
You don't have one?
No.
82 grams in a vag.
They're not going to the World Cup.
Stork vanishes from GPS but delivers a phone bill.
That's also not real money.
Skip me.
Trumpy bear?
The video of a squirrel eating out of a condom sums up 2018.
And building dispute leads to a mural of a crowned mayor on a toilet.
Oh my God, that's great.
Okay, just stand by. We got more coming, and we're gonna drink too.
I'm here because I burned
Gonna.
some bridges at Wendy.
You're listening to Q Talk America.
Educates, syncopates, radio communicates, radio, the sound of year-round pleasure.
is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
Welcome back, boys and girls. Whoops, I hit the wrong mic. I hit the wrong button. I got so many buttons. Buttons. The best buttons at the lowest prices right here on Q Talk America.
Champagne early.
Well, it's either interior buttons or external buttons. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm going to need more of that in a minute, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, hi, everybody. It is the show. It's our reunion special. We took a little summer break for 3 weeks, and now we're back. And aren't you happy? Everybody in the chat room, Mama Di, Jenny, Joe D, Summer's in there, Dan's in there. Oh, I'm sure other people are there that I haven't seen the names of.
That's Danny. And Danny and Summer are already asleep.
They went to bed.
Yeah.
Well, I can
Good
still
night.
thank them.
I know you can.
There's
I know.
that.
Yeah.
The wind came sweeping down the plains
Sweeping
and
through. That's right.
Well, if you didn't listen to our first hour, go back and listen to it. You're going to find out everything that happened over the course of our little break. And now you're going to find out about headlines, because that's what we start right here in the second hour. Well, a man is suing his ex-girlfriend, or actually already sued her, I'm sorry. But here's what happens. People in love do strange things, but sabotaging their partner's career is not typically one of them. A Canadian court has ruled what Jennifer Lee did to her boyfriend by deleting an email that he had received from a prestigious music school and replacing it with a fake rejection note. Not really what you should be doing. On Wednesday, Ontario Superior Court Judge David Corbet found that Jennifer deliberately stalled the career of her then-boyfriend, Eric Abramovitz, back in 2014, when the two of them were music students at McGill University in Montreal. Corbett charged Corbet. I'm going to go with Corbett.
Corbet.
Sure, whatever.
They're
It's
Canadian.
French.
It's
Corbet.
is it
Fancy vous
E-T
plaît.
or E-T-T?
It's ETT.
That's Corbett.
Corbett.
Like
Corbett awarded
from Sex and the City.
Corbett awarded a judgment worth $260,000 in U.S. dollars as a payback. In late 2013, listen to what this girl did. He had applied to study at Colburn Conservatory of Music in L.A., and he's the famed clarinet teacher who taught it accepts only 2 new students each year. Each one receives a full scholarship that covers tuition, room and board, and money for other expenses.
Jenny.
Now, perhaps the most important thing is the chosen few are virtually guaranteed a high-paying symphony career upon the graduation from this school. Abramovitz went through an extensive screening process, included a live audition in February 2014, and he felt completely confident that he would be accepted. But a few weeks later, he received a rejection email. He was crushed and chose to finish his bachelor's degree at the McGill University he was already enrolled in. So
Let me guess, she was there too.
So 2 years passed before Abramovitz discovered that he'd actually been accepted, and that his girlfriend, who he was dating at the time, had forged the rejection note. Abramovitz told the court that Jennifer had access to his email and was able to delete the real acceptance letter before he could see it. He said that she also impersonated him and sent the school a declining letter after he got the fake decline.
She's a bitch.
Her alleged motive was to keep him from moving away. His ex-girlfriend, obviously that was her motive, for sabotaging his music career so he wouldn't leave her. After earning his degree at McGill, Abramovitz was still determined to learn at the clarinet place in L.A., so he entered a 2-year certificate program at the University of Southern California, which allowed him much less study time with the master teacher, but he didn't even get a full scholarship. But when he met him, this teacher that he was trying to get into, he says, "Why did you reject me?" And he says, "Wait a minute, why did you reject me?" And they figured out when he showed him the fake rejection notice, he goes, "I have never seen that. I sent you," and then showed him the acceptance letter that he'd received in 2014. So they eventually figured all this crap out. So she got fined, or however it is, but he got $260,000 for this. But he has moved on. They are no longer dating.
You'd hope so.
She tried to deny it, but the evidence was completely
Her
overwhelming.
canoe story ends differently.
Yes.
Slightly.
She did not say yes. No.
After they broke up, she then blocked him on all the social medias, and then they only spoke through lawyers after this whole thing was done. But
Can't imagine why.
Yeah, that's probably for the
Crazy
best.
person.
yeah, she totally crazy. She didn't want to lose him because she knew he would go and
Right.
be successful.
And like have a life and a future and a career and be happy.
Now, like,
God
and here he
forbid.
is with his clarinet, which he has a better relationship
Oh, he's
with.
adorable.
It looks like the Wolfman.
He totally
He
looks like
kind
the
of does.
Wolfman.
You're right.
Yep.
But apparently he plays a mean clarinet.
I feel like
Nice.
Katherine Heigl will play her in the movie.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
They
she
won't
can't
even
get
make
any
it to
other
theaters.
work.
Yeah.
Yep. Straight to your
Yeah.
direct TV.
That's
If
right.
Catherine's not available, Amy Adams might too.
Yeah. No, but Amy Adams is good, though.
I know.
Yeah.
She's in the running. All right. Speaking of good
Oh, I'm
relationships,
so mad at
Love
that
it.
girl.
Yeah, we hate her.
a man returned to his New Jersey home on Monday night to find both his wife and her lover dead in the garage.
Dum dum.
Damn it! You should have told me. I could have had that queued up.
The pair apparently died of carbon monoxide poisoning while having sex in the car.
Shut up. There it is.
If only they had a recently installed carbon monoxide detector to
Ah!
alert.
Fabulous. Well played.
So tragic.
That was
The
really good.
39-year-old woman and her 56-year-old lover, who,
Ooh.
parenthetically, sources believe was her mechanic.
Ah.
Something wrong with your chassis, ma'am? Can I lube up your chassis?
Let me look at them muffler bearings.
Come
huh?
on, yeah. Your muffler bearings are a little
That's
loose
what's on
there.
your carburetor.
I'm going to give you a little tune-up there,
Back
babe.
to the perfume counter for you.
That ain't smelling so fresh.
Great.
Oh, shit.
That's good.
Well, they were discovered just before 9 p.m. on Monday at a house in Newark, the lovely Newark, New Jersey. Sources say the wife and the mechanic were having sex in the car in the garage when they were both killed by poison gas.
Wouldn't the mechanic know better?
Wouldn't you
Nah,
think?
Well,
Wouldn't
he
you
was in the
think?
throes of passion.
yeah.
Right.
His
know,
dipstick
still.
got stuck and there was just nothing to do.
There it is. There it is.
Honey, you're just not
It
doing it for
wasn't
you. I'm
enough
getting
lube. He got
sleepy.
stuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's
I
just
thought
take
I
a
was
nap.
gonna come, but I guess we're just gonna doze off.
There
What do you
wasn't
think fell
enough
asleep
lube.
first?
Oh,
The
her.
chicken or the egg?
You think
Clearly
and then,
her.
and then what do you
Yeah.
think? How do you think he like?
He got stuck.
He didn't even know.
No.
No, because he was just
Yeah.
out.
No, he just
Yeah.
taking your dirt nap.
Yeah.
Because she noticed
Can I
if he
check
was
under your
not
hood, ma'am?
humping and pumping.
Right.
Jenny.
She would have noticed first. He
Death
wouldn't
by
have never noticed.
fornication.
Well,
And there's always a worry about a lethal gas. You know
That's
what I mean?
great.
What'd you
Always.
have for dinner?
sources
Right.
believe that the wife was paying for her car work with the sex. So maybe he was just in it for, to get his money's worth.
You bet.
Shit, that fixing your car is expensive.
It fucking is.
I just spent $1,000 on new tires.
I had to put all new hoses on while I was in San Diego. Like, I literally,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, all of my coolant was in the garage. I was like, oh, fuck.
could've been-
Guess
Damn
I'm
it.
spending a day in the
Sure.
garage instead of on
Sure.
the beach.
You should have spent, half an hour in the car in the garage and then gone to the beach and had your car
See?
fixed for free.
See? Look at that.
Apparently, it would have killed me, though. Pretty,
All right, that's true.
pretty glad I didn't.
Leave the,
Not
leave the garage door
need the
open.
door open, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Again,
That's
we're
great.
back
turn
to
the car off.
why it's better to have the curtains and not the door for the
Right.
garage.
See?
Sure. It's a
Do
good
they
point.
come in garage door size?
Marty,
Marnie, back to you.
Yep.
The mechanic just thought she was gassy. Jenny, check your doses. That's funny. However much you took, that's the right amount.
That's right. I feel good about it. Speaking of feeling good about it,
Hey!
there's, if you have 82 grams of anything shoved into your cooch, you might.
If it's Tuesday, it must be 82 grams.
This feels like 82 grams.
What my cooter can hold.
That's really not that much, though. That's
It's
really
really
You look
not.
a little
Really like
puff.
this
You look
much.
a little puffy
Yeah.
down
Yeah,
there.
you're
82
feeling a
grams
little
is like-
full.
It's a
like
meaty
much of
tuck.
anything. It's like a meatball. It's like a meatball.
It's a meaty
82
tuck.
grams.
The fuck is wrong with all of you?
What you got in your underwear,
This is what we
lady?
do every week.
I was
Gertie.
watching
What?
I was watching 90 Day Fiance earlier,
Oh,
and
Jesus.
the one from Thailand was talking about this ping pong bar where a girl goes around and picks shit up with her naked vag,
Oh.
like ping pongs, and she also can open beer bottles with her naked
I
vag.
follow a
But
lady on
do you
Insta-
want her to?
No,
No.
We found, and I still follow her on Instagram, a lady that literally
my
picks up
God.
heavy items.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you remember that
Oh,
story?
yeah.
I remember that story.
Elevator
yes.
going up,
Yeah.
elevator
Oh,
going down. You know what I
fuck,
mean?
that's
Man,
wrong.
Like, that's,
Oh,
Kegel,
that's-
Kegel,
yes.
Kegel, I made you out of
No,
clay. Kegel, Kegel, Kegel.
There's
With
like
you,
a
I
rope
wanna
and then like a
play.
case of champagne, and she's
I'll
just
pick you
standing
up.
over a
I'd be
over
so
a
pissed
cliff.
if that champagne broke.
Jump down,
Oh.
turn around, pick a bottle of cotton. Kegel, Kegel,
So,
Kegel.
usually.
Smart.
I like it.
Can I have some more, please, sir?
Please, sir, may I have some more?
Come on.
Pour it away. Pour it away. So police.
Atta girl.
And, usually I'm going to say Florida. But its sister state of Wisconsin, police find 82 grams of drugs in Wisconsin woman's vagina. She hid those drugs in a plastic bag. She's really not pretty. A Wisconsin woman is facing felony drug charges after police say they found this 82 grams. Desiree Webster, 20 years old, was arrested in Shawano after police pulled over her 1997 Monte Carlo.
Ooh.
I'm saying.
Props to the car.
Yep.
Gotta give it up for keeping a
Her
nice Monte
companion-
Carlo on the road.
right.
Yeah.
Her companion, 39-year-old Jamal
Slightly older than
Gerald
the car.
McCullum, a convicted drug dealer, not a good sign,
Sad.
was also in the car.
Was a
Officers
mistake.
pulled over the
It was
car
her.
after getting a tip. Not that,
Just the tip,
just
ma'am,
the
just
tip,
the
ma'am.
tip.
Yep, that McCullum might be selling heroin, cocaine, marijuana, meth, and other drugs.
So 82 grams
So
of
she's
each.
So is it like a vending machine?
Yeah.
You hit the belly button in the right
put
place.
in a dollar. Is it a quarter?
Yeah.
What? I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
What's she
Let's
got in
read
here?
on.
Whatever comes out, it's yours. 25 cents.
Police said that McCullum's MO was to travel with a woman who would slip the drugs into her vag if police stopped them. So he just found random 20-year-olds, apparently. A police dog showed up.
With 84
I
ounces
mean,
of room.
Rocky used to do that, right? Like, just come in and sniff you. He would have
He
been
would
great
nose
at
punch.
that.
He would
Yeah.
nose punch. He would have been good drug dog.
A police dog showed
good.
up, particular interest in the driver's seat,
Not just vaginas.
where
Penises
Webster
too.
had been sitting.
I'm going to need you to stop.
Just the phrase nose punch. I wasn't sure where that was going.
Anyway,
I don't know where this whole story is going.
well,
Here's what I got. I
So
got a
the chick
meatballs
is
worth of
sitting
heroin
there.
and some bajingo.
so the chick is sitting there in the passenger
Vajingo.
seat.
Didn't I use
like a
that to pay
game.
you for those tickets last week?
Vajingo Unchained is what I'm
Venmo.
saying.
The Vajingo app. Is that how I paid for dinner? My Vajingo paid for dinner.
So my Vajingo has a first name.
Cash App.
It's-
Cash App. Cash App.
We're only using the Cash App now. Since we
Guys.
got to look at her Vajingo.
Well, see,
Had it with
they
Vajingo.
tried the strip search, right? But they can't go digging, right? You can't just go digging. So they had to do
Two
a
spoons,
CT
some
scan.
kind of salad tongs.
You're
I
gonna
think you'd
feel a
get there.
slight
Yeah,
pressure.
yeah.
La, 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 la,
Anyway,
la,
they had to
la,
take her
la,
to
la.
a hospital, do a CT scan of her pelvic area, and it looked like a plastic bag about the size of a human fist.
A meatball.
A meatball.
See, I told you.
Oh.
Anyway, so it's not uncommon for this to happen, apparently, which is startling. Wow.
So that means that
It's-
she was used to the size of a fist up there all
Yeah,
the time?
all the time. It's common you would see the.
She goes
them
horseback
inside the car.
riding,
Yeah,
swimming,
right.
all the things you do with a tampon.
She has an active lifestyle. She can climb
She
stairs.
does. She does. She swims. It's fine.
She's
Wear a-
side saddle.
She
She's
can-
lovely.
She can run
Here's
a
the-
jet ski with some sort of a strap.
So here's the breakdown of the meatball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We had 36.67 grams of
You
cocaine.
sure could.
There's
Should
your
we be
cocaine,
adding
Jenny.
this up?
14.72 grams of meth.
Two turtle doves.
27.8 grams of synthetic weed. 6 MDMA, which are ecstasy pills. They gave us the.
Thank you for the breakdown.
Yep.
Oh.
1.26 grams of marijuana. Murphy said that if the bag had erupted, she would have likely died. Oh.
She'd have been happy for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it said. With the cocaine, you're likely going to be in this excited delirium state, and the heart's going to be going really fast.
And with the ecstasy, you
And
you're
they'll run a
probably
high
dancing a little
fever.
too.
But you know what? We're forgetting.
And then it'll shut
Republicans
down and
taught
you'll
us
die.
that like nature just has a way of dealing with that.
Yeah.
So
Right.
vaginas are magic and can handle that.
Well,
Republicans told us that.
yeah, that's true.
Hot, 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 hot. I don't know what you're doing.
Now,
Hot, hot.
Exactly.
well,
I
poor
think the meth is
Webster.
breaking out on hers.
Like
I
the-
mean, McCullum wasn't. I mean, he got charged a little bit, but she got charged with 6 felony drug
And
counts.
she had meth in her vag.
She sure did. And she was telling.
Sure
she never
did,
has a
Bob.
second cup at home.
She sure did,
Bob.
Bob. and in case anyone wants to, you can go
You
to
We
can't.
should do a whole show like
HuffPost.com
old-timey newscasters.
and look up Desiree Webster, vagina smuggler.
In local
And-
news, lady woman has vagina full of drugs. Film at 11.
You can also see a photo gallery of accused vagina
yes.
smugglers.
Oh, there's
Oh,
a.
there's
Oh.
a gallery.
What
We've
part
gotta
of them
find
are we
It's just
seeing?
the smuggler, folks. It's just the smugglers.
Their faces?
Yes.
Or their smuggling
Yeah,
devices?
that's what I was just gonna
No,
say.
yeah, no.
I
Or
literally just
there are-
Googled
there are
accused
8
vagina
of 'em.
smugglers.
Yeah, there are 8 of them.
There's a movie. Who's going to star in that movie?
I feel like we've.
Well, I think Katherine Heigl's available.
yeah.
What's that?
Not a vagina smuggler.
He's probably, well, you
Christina.
don't know.
You don't know his business.
He could
Christina
be trans. You don't
Lefebvre.
fucking know.
was a Las
maybe not.
Vegas
You
masseuse
don't know.
and was accused of snatching a customer's $35,000 Rolex.
Snatching.
Can you imagine? Whoop. Like, she's like, oh, I'll just massage you here and keep
With her
massaging.
vajayjay,
with
she
her
got
vag.
up?
Yeah.
Vajiggle.
she
What'd she
actually
call it?
like this and
What
then
did she
shut-
call it? The vajingle?
I
Vajingo.
pee sometimes when I do jumping jacks. How do these people hold this shit in?
Kegels.
Elevator
And
going up,
squeeze
Yeah.
and squeeze
Yeah.
and squeeze.
elevator going down.
What kind of jumping jacks are you
Well,
doing
and
over
you
there at the
remember
Jabs?
when we talked about
Do you just go
that?
completely loose when you jumping jack? Is it just like a
I think
happens
that's
with high knees,
inappropriate.
too.
Well,
It's just
you guys have to
the
remember
pillow.
Dallas Archer. I mean, my God, do you
Is
remember?
it more
She
important
allegedly
to
was
squeeze
driving.
shut the sphincter or raise your arms? When did that
Do
become
not
a
sneeze!
choice?
Whatever
No,
you do,
whatever
don't
you do.
sneeze.
Well, this woman couldn't sneeze. I mean, my God, poor 19-year-old Dallas Archer during a strip search.
Poor
excuse me.
girl. Poor
I mean,
girl.
strip search. Female corrections officer discovered a loaded 5-shot, 4-inch, 22 caliber mini revolver in her vag.
Listen, we could do
That's
an
not
entire
real.
show.
It was
about,
stolen a year earlier.
Right, we could do an entire show about
All
it.
the
There the
things
whole
they've
year.
got
Up
hidden.
inside the ladies.
Was it
I'll,
stolen?
I'll take your 84
Jenny,
grams
that's
and I'll
really
raise
good
you a half a
disclaimer.
pound of cocaine just on a Google search.
Stop.
In case you were wondering,
I
a
say.
half a pound is 226 grams.
Good Lord.
That's
Yeah.
3 fists.
Right.
Well, this
How am I in
Webster-
hands, Bob?
Looks like a goddamn football is what it looks like.
This Webster gal, she had a much smaller vagina.
Do you think that these three-fist women have had children the natural way? Because there's no way somebody who hasn't birthed a baby can hold that much shit
That's
in there,
actually
right?
not true. No, that's not true. Very stressful.
She's been practicing with things going in before she gets one out.
Well,
You could.
It could happen.
no.
You don't know.
I have
Moving
no
on.
words. I have
Yeah.
no words.
Yeah.
No.
Next caller, Al Perkins.
Well, these ones have been holding their urine for a couple days. The 12 members of a junior soccer team that transfixed a global audience with their dramatic rescue from a cave in northern Thailand
Oh, yeah.
will be denied the opportunity to attend Sunday's World Cup final. They
Aw.
had one of the first things that they asked when the divers reached them were the scores for the
Oh.
soccer matches.
Oh.
They wanted to
I
know.
didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's
Secondly, do you have
Yeah.
oxygen?
Yeah.
Right. Right. Can you get me
Wait,
to the hospital?
I have to
But you
alert
know how
Buddy
little-
Early and Jacob Triweiler
so you
because
know
we were betting on them
Yeah.
to show up at the finals.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So, soccer's international governing body, FIFA or FIFA, extended an offer to host the players at the final, which will be held at Moscow's Luzhniki Stadium between France and the winner of Wednesday's second semifinal involving Croatia and England. However, following their harrowing ordeal, the youngsters from the Wild Boars Football Club near Chiang Rai, I don't know,
Sure.
were instructed to remain in hospital for at least 7 days for monitoring by medical staff. I guess there's a lot of worry they're quarantining them about what was in the water, and they were like getting the drippings off the wall for a while, make sure they didn't get too much bat dung in their systems. So they're actually being quarantined for.
They won't even let their parents hug them.
Yeah, they're not.
wow.
Yeah.
They have to go through a battery of tests because they should not have been down there. And it seems like they kicked over a couple of danger, do not enter signs to get in.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
see, my question still is this, and I haven't read it, I haven't figured out this. Why in the hell is this coach taking all these kids into this cave to begin with? And you're
Practice for the meth
you're
smuggling?
3 miles in. At
Maybe.
one point, weren't you like, maybe we should go back?
well, we don't know if they were cut off. We don't know at what point they were cut off and decided they couldn't get out, but they had to go. Like maybe there was an exit somewhere else.
Oh, I need to.
That was one of the
Meth
thoughts.
in the vagina.
Whenever
but they-
the movie of the week comes out of this,
Oh,
and
it'll be delightful.
Kate
Catherine
Jackson.
Heigl will be. She's available.
Right. Catherine Heigl will play, we believe Mark Wahlberg and Zac Efron
Yeah.
will play rescue divers.
I love it.
We're hoping for a Menudo reunion.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that'd be good. Ricky
Oh,
Martin
yeah.
can show
I'm
up.
not
Yeah.
kidding. I've been
Yeah.
following a comment thread on this all day long on Facebook, like predicting the cast of the
my
movie.
God.
We're pretty sure The Rock is going to play the coach.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
Guarantees international box office.
Yeah.
I think it's smart.
I love it.
At some point, he can say no to a movie role.
He's just
He
not
needs
gonna.
to.
No.
He was so cute in that one with the little girl, though.
Oh.
When his
Moana?
little- No.
Oh, that was
Oh,
really
right,
cute.
right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Yeah.
When
That's
it
why
was
I looked
his
at you like
daughter-
this.
Shut up. It was like his daughter and like he.
Yeah.
We're going to need more words.
Daddy-
Yeah, vaguely.
Daddy's Samoan? Is that the
No.
movie? I don't know. We're,
Papa Samoan.
But
Yeah.
you know what though? He's
I'm gonna
turned
look that
into
shit up.
a guilty pleasure
Yes,
in
yeah.
the
Jackie Chang will
the
play
hotel
the
bed
dive.
day at the movies because his movies have started to make it onto basic cable.
Yeah.
So when I have my hotel day, Sandy Bullock isn't still on every day.
She's-
Yeah, she's
doing
a
less
so
and less.
I've had to watch.
Suddenly you're watching the remake of Baywatch and
Yeah.
weirdly
Oh.
enjoying it.
No, 20. Okay,
Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Oh,
22 Jump Street.
Oh,
Makes
sure.
me laugh till
yeah.
I pee a little bit,
Yeah.
and I'm not
Yeah.
even
See,
The
you're
kidding.
not doing
remake- the
jumping jacks
remake?
either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackie
Yeah.
Chan played the. Oh.
Jackie
Oh
Chan
my
will
God,
play the
that's
diver
funny.
only
Too
if he has to
soon?
beat
Yeah.
the shit out of somebody. So I mean, it was. I liked that story, and I was really hoping that the timing would work. So I was waiting to see like what they would do about
But I
the
would've-
World Cup. But I love that they were still. They're still just young boys. They're 12 to 16 years old.
What I imagine will happen now is whoever actually wins the whole final, because
We'll go see them.
Katie Tur she was so excited about it today at MSNBC because she's, I guess the final two could be either, is it London?
England and Croatia.
England,
against France. England and
against
Croatia.
France. So she's hoping that it's France and England or whatever the fuck. That's what she's hoping for. Anywho, I bet whoever wins it will probably host them and fly them to wherever they are
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
and do a big thing. And even though there's,
Well, if they're
they'll-
out of.
they'll probably play an exhibition game with them or something. I would imagine.
Yeah.
Because
and if not, we should arrange it.
It was called The Game Plan, and it was from 2007, and it was adorable. The Rock.
The Rock.
movie.
I vaguely,
The end.
I vaguely remember
with the
that.
little girl and him. Okay, got it.
It was
Yep.
really
I
sweet.
saw none of that.
It was really sweet.
So your turn.
Absolutely.
That was my short story.
That's all right. A Polish environmental group that was using a mobile phone transmitter to track migratory movements of a stork has now received a phone bill of $2,650 after the bird went missing in Sudan. And then somebody started using the SIM card out of the GPS tracker to then make phone calls. Like many other storks who nest in Poland in the summer, an adult stork had begun his southward migration to Africa back in 2017. Thanks to a SIM card transmitter, the ecological group was able to track his GPS movements and then post details about his journey online. The bird's last signal came from Sudan on April 26th, but later the group then heard that some 20 hours of phone calls have been made using the SIM card out of the GPS tracker.
So is the stork
The
dead?
comment, hang on. I was laughing trying to get there. According to the association spokesperson, he said, "We think the stork's probably not alive anymore."
After the SIM card extraction.
That's it.
Sorry.
The end.
I didn't mean to step
It
on your
wasn't. It's not. It
punchline.
doesn't try to be a happy story
But
for anybody.
I felt like there was a follow up to
Yeah.
how the
right?
stork fared.
Yeah. Not exactly. We don't know the time of death or how, but the only person that got out good in the story was the one making phone calls.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Seriously.
free airtime.
so if you ever want to talk somebody out of a beach vacation, here's how you do it. You get on. I think it's called Ocean, or I don't think it's Ocean Seek. It's like Ocean Seek.
Here she
Shark,
goes.
Shark
Marnie, do
Tracker.
not.
Just Google
No.
Shark Tracker.
No.
Marnie.
Oh,
All
Yeah.
you see all of the tagged sharks, and you see exactly where they're swimming for the last 3 years.
oh. Does Kevin Dasso use this against you?
We
No.
go to the beach in a week. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Yep.
Why?
It's OSearch. OCEARCH. What? Listen.
Now I'm never gonna get to go to the goddamn ocean.
You sure
You'll be
can.
fine.
You can. I
You
just need to
sure
know when-
can.
Sure can.
Listen, we're gonna check.
Let's get
Give you
married
a
first.
strap.
Yeah, you sure can. We'll get married first, and then we'll get an insurance policy.
I'm a public school teacher.
I'm
There's
on it.
not much in
I
there.
just want
Get
to
a peasant.
say,
Get a peasant plan on her.
take a video in case you get bit by a shark so that I can see you on Shark Week.
GoPros are not that expensive.
Remember,
Priorities.
Waterproof.
the important thing is
Yeah.
to be on Shark Week, not to
Right.
live to see Shark Week.
Right, for real,
be
right?
on Shark
Yeah, I
Week.
can.
Be on Shark Week.
Oh my
That's
God.
the
yes.
goal. Yeah.
Oh, what'd you see, Marnie?
Oh, just something. A lot.
Oh my gosh. May 15th
You
in
gotta-
San Diego. Look at that.
You gotta pull that
Let's
up.
see if I can find a
Fuck.
screenshot of
May
this.
is
But-
2 months ago, everybody.
But the
We're
best
fine.
part about
But
it
they could
is
still be around.
you
Yeah.
can, because
No,
it's only
they
the
went somewhere
tag
else,
sharks,
vacation.
but you can pick a shark and make them your pet and like follow them and see where they
Oh my
swim,
God.
and it'll tell you how
Oh,
big
some
they
of them
are.
are seals, though. This is a seal.
They're all seals.
No,
I don't know.
I'm telling
I
you.
don't know your business.
I'm saying.
But you can pull up the
What's
double
that even
payout.
mean?
Double
Oh.
payout for death by shark. Yeah, get that clause.
Oh no, it's not that it's a seal. It's that the shark ate the seal.
Oh.
Hooray.
Oh, what is wrong with you?
See?
It's a
That's
well
why
fed
you
The
Shark.
shark.
circle of life.
Yeah, right?
I have no idea how that song goes. Could you tell by the way that ended?
I was holding him up.
How the hell is there a shark up here in like North Dakota?
Right?
I'm gonna
Well, at
need
least
to
it's
talk.
not further south Dakota.
Long-
That'd be
607
weird.
Long River.
pounds? Oh my God.
Yeah, they have names like Rocky and Bullwinkle and Denver
And
Doo-Doo.
Squirrel, moose and squirrel.
Moose and squirrel.
I may have made the last
And the
one up.
raccoon.
Oh, the West. No, the West Coast. According to this, the West Coast only has
Jenny, I
2.
know.
The East Coast is
Has a
full.
shit ton.
Full
Right.
up on
I
shark.
know, right?
Exactly.
I can't figure out how to zoom in though. I'm gonna have to
Places
play
with
with this later.
Oh no, you gotta trust me when I
That's
tell
what
you.
she said.
I got obsessed with this
Diving
motherfucker.
in.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for real.
Yeah.
Aw, he's still alive, for Christ's sake. What are you?
Oh, how funny! the shark thing up. It's actually in Minnesota. It's actually the Jimmy Buffett tour. That's what this is. It's a shark
It
profile.
ate the Jimmy Buffett
No,
tour.
that's where I like there because there's literally the other ones are just markers. This one actually shows up like a
Cheeseburgers
little
in paradise,
little
my
shark pin,
friends.
and it's a it's the Jimmy Buffett tour.
I'm sorry, I don't approve of Jimmy Buffett.
Oh,
The musical,
What?
Yeah.
the experience.
I went to a
the
Jimmy
stupid
Buffett
I don't-
concert in college.
You're going to Cali? Is that where you're going for this
yeah.
thing? Oh,
Yeah.
you're fine. Where are you going?
Only 2
San Diego?
sharks. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. It's a big ocean.
2 sharks.
yeah.
But there's
We're going to the dog beach.
Well-
in Ocean Beach, sure.
But
Yeah.
where is it? Closer to San Diego? Or is
Yeah,
it closer?
San Diego.
San
Yeah.
Diego.
Oh, there's only
It's,
one.
ju- it's
Ocean
just the
Beach.
other side of the
Oh.
harbor from where I stay. Yeah.
Oh, this shark was on the pier at Santa Monica.
Oh, good.
He was on the Ferris wheel. He's fine.
Oh,
Fine.
good.
You're
Right,
gonna be
right,
fine.
right.
He
You
rides
got
rides.
free. You got it free admission, or does he have to pay?
It's free.
It's free
Yeah, he got in.
because it's
Swim up
nautical,
barbecue.
nautical week.
Well, I'm gonna
Yeah.
find this.
Swim
oh,
up
search on
dining. That's what they
Facebook.
call
He's
it.
got his mouse
You know
ears.
what we did see though was a shit ton of fucking dolphins. Like every day, every afternoon, they were out there like
I
playing in the
love
surf.
Okay,
Yeah.
so for reals, dolphins are a good sign because dolphins do attack sharks.
Yeah.
So
Really?
you
Yeah.
are safer around
They
dolphins.
bop 'em with their noses.
They bop them with their noses, and they
the crap
steer
out of
clear.
'em.
Bottle nose.
Each-
Just-
Oh, how interesting.
So
Yeah.
if you're swimming around
They're
seals,
like the jabs of fish.
that's not a smart move.
Oh, look at you! Look
That's
at you!
awesome.
I saw a seal once.
Did you
Yeah.
hear?
Real close to
They're
me.
like the jabs of fish.
Ah,
That's
Cute,
yeah, we're
yeah.
dolphins.
That's
Beaten up.
cute.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
Flipper. What do you mean Timmy's in the well?
They call him Flipper.
Lassie, I'm sorry.
Flipper. Flipper.
Close.
We're
real
in the
close.
water. It's a long way to that fucking well.
Right, that's that.
Where'd you run into Timmy in the ocean, bitch?
Wow.
I love it.
Part of him's over there. Part of him's over
Oh,
there.
no, that's awful. I like it.
Timmy died.
It's your
Jimmy-
story.
Whose story is it?
Still
Monty's
dead.
story?
Oh, is it
Sure.
mine? My bad.
No.
So I
She got distracted by the
No,
sharks.
it's hers. Because I sent you the.
Damn it.
the
I'm such a
link,
loser
but
of a
that's-
story. I couldn't segue
Yeah, go
out.
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
What am I supposed to
son of a
do?
bitch.
You
Well,
sent me
I
something?
sent you something that is.
All
will
right.
take up most
I
of,
will stall
and
so
then it
you
can
can
be
pull up
discussed.
Marnie's
I
stuff.
forget what your story's even about. I
See, I don't.
distracted by the sharks.
I don't even know either.
Yeah.
I snuck
I'm
that
gonna
in
read
because
it.
they wouldn't
I'm
let
gonna
me have
read
an
it for the
obsession
first time right
segment.
now. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, is this
Do
a
another
it's
one
the
now.
video?
Do
You
another
want me to play a video?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a commercial.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I queued up another
Is it the
video.
lesbians getting married
But-
in
No.
Vegas commercial?
No, I already did that one.
But
oh,
not
yeah,
now.
we did
Cat's
that one like
gone.
a month ago.
Huh?
Cat's going now.
Yeah.
We'll go.
Go ahead.
Gives me time to queue up this video.
That's right.
God damn it.
Sorry.
St. Johns County, Florida.
Yeah. Oh,
Florida.
St. Johns County deputies hope the public can help them identify a man who used a fake $100 bill to buy beer and candy bars
Well played. Well
nice.
played.
this weekend at a Walgreens. That's right. According to the incident report, the man spent $13.58 on an 18-pack of natural ice.
Nice.
That's
Natty
your
ice.
That's your first
Sorry, I
sign
love
And
that.
two,
that he's not gonna have a $100 bill.
That's right. That's right.
we used to shoplift that shit in high school. We used to just stuff
my
our
gosh,
waistbands
I love
with
it.
it.
They put it there for you to shoplift.
Right, and they were like,
Right.
please take it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's some Utah variety natty ice. It was like 1% alcohol anyway. Here, children, just
Sure.
have it.
Yeah, run. That's fine.
What?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Don't you know about Utah beer? It's
No.
literally weaker than the rest of the country. Yeah. Utah beer is
No.
like 2%.
Like
and
you
the
can
rest-
ring it out of a
Like,
t-shirt
like
and
even
get.
in Minnesota,
Honestly,
on Sundays they sell 3-2 beer,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I think that
It's Utah beer.
Utah's, yeah, but isn't it?
No,
even less?
Utah's like 3.2.
3-2.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, on
Your,
Sundays.
your average Bud Light is about 4.5% alcohol. Your Utah Bud Light is 3% alcohol.
Bitch.
I know.
And Minnesota on Sundays, same.
In any event.
What the fuck is wrong with German people? All right, go ahead.
So he buys his 18-pack of Natty Ice, 2 Payday candy bars, and 2 Almond Joys, all for $13.58. I feel like he
I
got a
don't-
pretty good deal.
I don't eat either of those candy bars, and I don't drink that beer. I would not be friends with him.
The story's not about you.
Well,
Everything's
could be.
about me, Clayton.
No,
Everything.
it's not.
don't you
World.
know?
Well-
Aaron World.
Those of you who are in charge of math will understand that this man walked out of Walgreens with $86.42 in real
Real
money.
money.
Ah,
Yeah.
And shitty beer and a couple candy bars she
But
won't eat.
the cashier, soon but not soon enough, realized that $100 bill the man paid with was fake and actually
Was it because
read
Bullwinkle was on it?
Monopoly.
close, real close. It read for motion picture use only
Oh.
in the areas where it should read United States of America.
Nice.
Way to go, Walgreens employee.
Maybe that's why my Walgreens guy's such a dick all the time.
Now, Florida
Because he gets
deputies say that
scammed.
quote, Hollywood money is printed for movies and TV shows.
Okay.
Because they can't use real money on sets.
Right. Now,
Oh,
Why
really?
not?
because
Don't know.
laws
'Cause
are weird,
America.
because
That's
America.
weird. Hashtag.
Right.
Well, beside the fact that you know who's going to be responsible for getting all the $8,000 back when the
Oh,
Yeah.
Now,
they're already over
It,
budget by
it might be
$7
a
million.
simple answer like that I just never
Fair point.
thought of.
Go ahead.
you may be interested to know that the Secret Service is the department that investigates this. So, Secret
Yeah.
Service is investigating the incident and several others around the area involving such Hollywood bills, including one in an AutoZone near the Walgreens that was reported 6 weeks ago. These people have been at it for a while.
Wow.
I know.
Check your hundreds.
A woman also passed a phony 100 at an Old Navy store.
Oh,
So we
come
may be
on.
looking for
Don't fuck
lesbians.
around.
Think
That's
how
soft.
much, think how much
You're
shit
looking
she
for
bought, though.
lesbians.
That is
I'm
some
telling
soft
ya.
ass cotton.
You cannot
Yes,
prove it
true
was me.
that.
It's right here. I'm telling
yeah.
you, this is nice.
Well, she didn't spend that much. She must have got only 2 pair of cargo shorts because she left with $77 and change.
Oh, nice.
Cargo shorts.
Actually,
Two
there
pair of
could have been
cargo
a
shorts.
shit ton of clearance.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, she could have gotten some. I could have gotten good deals.
Or like 4 pair of boxer shorts and
Could've
a
been.
hat.
Absolutely.
That would have added up too.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Nope.
So that happened. So if you're in Florida,
I've derailed.
check your bills.
Check your bills.
Check your
Check
bills.
your bills, folks.
Secret Service is coming. Check your bills.
Well,
Marnie, back to you.
talking about checking your bills.
Marnie, check your bills.
You kind of have to go to Snopes sometimes to find out if something is fucking real. You know,
I Google.
Snopes,
everything.
all that, right? Like to find out. You know how Clayton really promotes the before you throw something out there, get your facts straight, ma'am.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Well, my
I don't disagree with him.
my
You know, I did that to Sharon today. She
Yeah.
sent me a text asking a question, and I responded with www.google.com. So she responded with a middle finger emoji.
As she should have.
Both
Good times
appropriate.
were had by all.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, so a friend of mine sent me.
Sharks do people. I like making you laugh.
I don't really
friend
eat
of mine
them.
sent me a video because we were staying in where were we? In Idaho?
Four Seasons?
Nope.
No, different.
Oregon Trail.
The Oregon Trail Inn, as one does.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got
I
dysentery.
always get dysentery,
Yeah,
right?
Yep, we got dysentery.
That joke does not get
It
old.
doesn't get old. But while I was
'Cause
there,
That's how we all died
Yeah.
playing
Yes.
the game.
right, right.
Yes.
So I get this video from
Is
a
that
friend
in
of
the
mine
board
that
game?
says, "Is
it
Trumpy
was a
Bear
computer game.
Oregon Trail.
is Trumpy Bear a real product?" Or no, it was that I had to look that up on Snopes. She sends me the commercial. Says I was watching TV last night. This came on, and so I would like you before I go into Snopes to see the video that I just sent Clayton. It was troubling to sit through.
Is that your breaking news?
Here we go.
My break
The
voice.
wind whispered through the forest. A storm is coming. You cannot defeat the storm. From the trees rose a resounding voice. I fear nothing. I come when the trumpet sounds. I am the storm, the great American grizzly. Introducing the original Trumpy Bear, the fearless, super plush American grizzly. Trumpy Bear was born June 14th, Flag Day. Just find the secret zipper and pull out the flag blanket. Then wrap yourself in the red, white, and blue for comfort and warmth. Show your patriotism and proudly display Trumpy on Flag Day and on any American holiday. Trumpy can even honor your own family heroes.
God bless America and God bless Trumpy Bear.
Trumpy Bear sits proudly at the front of the motorcycle for all the world to see and loves to cruise with his brother.
I'm a former Marine, and I'm proud to have Trumpy Bear ride by my side. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Everyone knows Trumpy Bear loves to go to the golf course.
When I ride with Trumpy Bear, he makes my golf game great again. Thank you, Trumpy Bear.
Simply style his trademark hair and place him in his favorite chair. Even the toughest guys will love Trumpy Bear.
When America is great, business is great. When business is great, I'm great. I love you, Trumpy Bear.
I am an Army veteran. I am proud to own the Trumpy Bear, and I will always be proud to be an American.
Order the Super Plush Trumpy Bear for only 2 payments of $19.95 and receive a special certificate of authenticity. Don't miss out on owning a piece of American history. Order now for only 2 payments of $19.95. Trumpy, the most fearless bear anywhere. Order now.
Oh,
It's
that's
too
2 minutes
much.
I'm never getting back.
No, never. But
So
Snopes.
Snopes.
Dear Snopes.
it's true.
But
It's
let's,
true.
but let's
It's a real
think of
thing.
other activities.
I'm
that
trying to figure out who
Trumpy
makes
Bear-
money on this. Wait.
Right.
Because Trumpy Bear, you know, it would make sense for him to be golfing and you know,
I hope it
riding
makes money for
motorcycles.
the ACLU. Like that's what I'm hoping.
No.
Yeah, I
no.
agree.
America.
No,
It
go
says
straight to
that
Trump's
it's not.
pocket, I would imagine.
It's it says a bombastic, over-the-top commercial has left some TV viewers and internet users baffled by the authenticity of Trumpy Bear,
You get the
a
certificate.
22-inch stuffed animal with a striking resemblance to the 45th guy. The fearless super plush American grizzly is now is how a booming male voiceover describes Trumpy Bear. So it goes through what the horrible shit that we just saw. We have received several.
I found it
inquiries.
shitty too, Bob.
Snopes,
The butt, Bob.
Snopes says
Yeah, the
we
butt.
have received several inquiries from readers about whether Trumpy Bear is real, or as one reader described it, just great satire. Because it seems like it would be. Come on,
Oh,
that's
right off of
horrible.
SNL.
That's
Right.
SNL.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Trumpy Bear is real. The commercial is real, not a spoof, although some moments appear to have been written with tongue firmly in cheek. And the bear itself is a real product available for purchase. Exceptional products, he's bigly. The Texas company that markets Trumpy Bear also uses infomercials and television advertising to promote products like Hairdini, Save a Blade, and Plaque Attack, whatever those things are.
Oh,
buy
Hairdini.
any of them.
Hairdini is the paint. I think it's the thing
Yeah.
where you spray paint
okay.
your head.
Well, makes
It
sense.
is.
It makes real hair.
Clayton does it to his lawn.
That's true.
Anymore.
He's got real
product-
grass out
Londini.
there right now. I saw it.
Real green.
Yeah.
Natural.
It's kind of patchy now. He could use a little Hairdini out there on his lawn.
Oddly, the bear costs the $39.90 with the 2 installments, and
Plus shipping and handling.
Yes,
It's $50 for
see,
this fucking bear.
the
Are there tariffs on the
Snopes-
bear?
Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe. See, we
Is it
asked
made in
exceptional
America?
products about sales of
I
I wish
Trumpy
it was
Bear.
made in China. Oh God, I wish it was made in
Yeah,
China.
right. But the company declined to provide any details because no one's fucking buying it. Nonetheless, we know
Oh,
that people,
you
it says,
You know
have
those fucking
been
psychos are
buying
buying it.
the toy, in particular, as a Christmas present, according to several social
can't.
media things. Anyway, according to the U.S. patent, that it is exceptional product, owns a trademark.
I mean, the
this
teddy
is
bear is
just
named
too
after
much.
Teddy Roosevelt. Maybe they're trying to actually
But
start
that's what
that
it says.
trend.
1902, the teddy bear was born. And
I'm
named
psychic. I'm
after
giving you the next
Teddy.
lines of your
Yep.
stories.
When Trump was
piss
elected,
off
You were just
Wow.
around when they named the bear.
That
Time
too.
yeah, isn't that just fucking crazy though? Just fucking crazy.
I would like to see Trumpy Bear feeding people at a homeless shelter.
Right, throwing.
Well,
And
that's
I
what
would
I'm trying
like
to
to
Bear
see
throwing
it.
It would be
paper
funny
towels.
if somebody in the ACLU made it and played the
Right.
commercial in Texas.
Right,
Right.
and they raised millions of dollars for
Yeah.
us.
Well,
Yeah.
and Sarah
Right.
said I wanted to buy one for you so you could use it as a voodoo doll, and all I could think was,
But no,
don't fucking
don't
give them
No,
money.
don't give them their
I
money.
want to
No.
see
No.
Trumpy Bear in a same bear relationship.
Oh my god!
Trumpy Bear's in an S&M outfit. Nice. He'd be in a harness at
Oh
Folsom
my God,
Street.
I love
Questioning
it.
Trumpy Bear.
Make America
I
hurt
love
again.
it. I love it.
Make America take it up the butt again.
That's right.
Oh,
Oh.
wow, Bob.
Yeah. I think you've gone too far there, Bob.
Yeah.
But anyway, isn't that just something?
So it's a natural segue to the video of a squirrel eating out of a
Yes, it
condom.
is.
Oh, 2018.
Totally. Yep. I love it.
Do you have a story you're going to read?
Warning, this video is nuts, which makes sense since it involves a squirrel eating out of an unwrapped condom. All that ruins it. Emily Cole, a nanny in Portland, Maine, took the video of the squirrel while visiting Ferry Beach in nearby Scarborough with the kids on Monday. She posted it on Facebook, and it has since started to go viral because of what was in the condom. The squirrel seems to be nibbling on something inside the rubber, but it doesn't seem to be nuts, berries, twigs, or leaves. It looks like a balloon, one of the children can be heard saying. Is there stuff inside of it?
That's terrible.
All right, play the video.
Okay,
Terrible.
let's go to this little sucker and see how this is going to turn out. I'm not sure. There's no sound. It's just nature.
Oh. Yeah, put down the condom.
I don't think that's still in the wrapper.
It's not.
Yeah.
It said unwrapped in the story you read.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, there you go.
Is it just eating the lube? Like, what's going on over there?
So
It was thirsty.
Cole could have used the experience for a teachable moment, but ultimately and understandably, she decided to postpone that conversation to another time. I really hope one day when they're older and wise, their parents will tell them what it actually was they were witnessing here, she wrote on her post. I hope the beautiful story of the squirrel and the balloon is
Right.
turned into...
So,
Oh, Jenny, that's a good one.
cut to like... So like, a month later, kids find dad's condoms.
Right.
Oh, the squirrels eat out of these.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Try to
can
explain
too.
that one.
Yeah.
Go ask
Dad,
your
did
mother.
you not in here? Because squirrels like that.
Oh,
It's not okay.
that is not. That is not
Super.
okay.
Is that
not
too far?
okay. None
No,
of this is
it's
okay.
not
too
okay.
far. Never too far. Not like it. I like it.
Never too far. That's not true.
Also,
Yeah, be
in a
afraid.
follow-up report, as you might expect, I suspect that the people that make money off of Exceptional Products
Yep.
Incorporated are not our kind of people.
Yep.
I found the president of their company,
Oh, God.
Stephanie Stewart, on the Facebooks.
Oh.
Stephanie Stewart is the president?
Yes,
She's a cunt,
agreed.
I say.
Agreed.
Stephanie
Awful.
Stewart.
Just
Your
That's
average
young.
run-of-the-mill, pro-gun, anti-people
Racist
white woman
cunt.
from
Oh,
Texas,
sure.
right?
Oh, yeah.
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 I need to find.
Cunty
Wait.
McPherson.
Yeah.
Cunty
Wow, look at
McHenderson.
that fucking shit.
So now,
Yeah.
wait. Stephanie who?
Stewart.
Stewart.
Stephanie punch her in the face.
Stephanie
Stewart.
Uh-huh.
Stewart.
Google her up, Stephanie Stewart Exceptional Products, and you'll find her. I found her LinkedIn. I found her Facebook.
Gonna terrorize that bitch.
I'm not gonna. No,
No.
feels
but
beneath me.
That's okay.
Does it?
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think so. But
Is it?
I'm just
Where's
kidding.
my goddamn? What's over here?
Oh, a raisin.
Ooh, raisin. All right, in our final little headline story.
Said the squirrel.
I hope that was
I don't know what to do with that.
moose and squirrel.
Moose and squirrel.
Moose and the squirrel.
A Rhode Island mayor says that he's not bothered by an unflattering public mural of him wearing a crown and sitting on a toilet that stems from a long simmering dispute over a building he has called unsafe. North Providence Mayor Charles Lombardi has been involved in a dispute with the building owner, Anthony Farina, over the building, described by the mayor as a health hazard. Lombardi tells WPRI-TV the painting doesn't bother him, but Farina should question how he's representing himself to the community. Mural artist Paul Morse says that he has nothing against the mayor, but was hired specifically to paint him on a toilet and wearing a crown. Farina has not yet responded to a request seeking comment. Cut to mural of mayor on toilet.
Beautifully realized.
Painted on the building. Yeah. And I'm wondering,
Wow.
is he flashing
That's
the
great.
is he flashing the gang sign down there on he's got his,
Yeah,
got his
could be.
phone and
Baseball.
He's dropping a deuce.
Baseball. No, he's
that it?
calling
He
for
wants a
he's calling
slider.
for a curveball. He's caught. Yeah.
Call
You
it
know,
a curveball.
curveball, slider, fastball. That's
Yep.
what that says right there.
Fuck him up.
Nice.
I watched a lot of baseball when I was a kid.
Oh,
It's true.
Nice.
I mean,
Slider.
it's true.
Not on,
Yeah,
not
right?
on that beer.
Drinking all that.
yeah,
natty
not
ice
on that
feels
shitty beer.
fine.
No
No,
kidding.
no.
Just burning and farting my way
That's
around
right.
sober through Utah.
That's true.
Gassy and sober in Utah.
Horrible
Caller, are you
Utah.
there?
Utah, you there? You there? You there, Utah?
Nope.
No.
Are you there?
God, no.
Do we have another segment?
We do. It's coming up.
What is it?
Well,
What's
it's
it
good.
called?
Well, you know what?
It's a surprise.
I have. I'm doing as much as I can over here to try to get this to all work.
Look at all the good you do.
Yeah, there's a lot going
You're
on.
so good.
Yeah.
So we'll do
Click
it.
here and push there.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
We'll start with this.
Entertainment! I really hoping that builds up. So we have movies. We have another obsession of mine. An answer about a reviewed or canceled. And I think that's really about it. Not a lot. But I have... Let's see if it loaded up. Oh! Sharp objects. Sharp objects.
Sharp objects, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, there's two different books I could have done. Sorry, that was a lackluster introduction.
All right, we're going to be right back. It's Al in Entertainment next on Q Talk America.
Is it done? Did I do it? Did I win?
You did it! You're done! You won!
I won?
You won!
You're listening to Q Talk America. is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
Oh my gosh, look what you've done. You've made it all the way to the third final hour of the Q Talk America Network Tuesday night broadcast. We call it the show. You call it welcome back, everybody. We're back from our 3-week hiatus. I know you didn't miss us because we are on a 24/7 continual loop on radio.co. You can find us all the time, anytime. Also, don't forget, out there are the greatest hit shows that were so wonderfully put together by our friend Joe DeGanzik. They are out there on the site. If you just go look for the best of. There are 3 shows representing each of the 3 different hours that we do. They were from a couple seasons ago, but they are very, very funny. Go back and listen to those. So far, we found out that Marnie and Aaron are getting married at some point. Kat has been working doing shirts. Al came back from Niagara Falls. I'm making money again fixing shit for people. And now Al Perkins and entertainment, and it goes like this.
Entertainment! Bye, Lovey.
Goodbye, love you.
Bye, Aaron.
Thank you.
So my obsession, and it only took 1 episode to get me there, is
Sharp things.
DARP objects.
Sharp objects. Sharp things.
Yeah.
Same
Because the other
brain.
book is called Dark Places, right?
I think so.
But it has sharp objects in it.
Yes.
Oh.
Anyone? Sorry.
No, we're good.
So Sharp Objects on HBO. It's the guy that directed Dallas Buyers Club, and he directed Big Little Lies last year, Jean-Marc Vallée.
That makes so much more sense.
My God, that first episode again.
I
he's
watched
got
it
that,
last night just now. Yeah.
That dream-like quality,
It's like,
and
what the fuck is happening? Is this a dream? Is this a flashback? What's going on?
it's a little bit of everything. And when they, and I don't know if everybody knew that this casting had happened, but when the movie It came out last summer, the girl that plays the young Beverly had said the person that she really wanted to play her in as an adult was Amy Adams. And I don't know, did that happen before this was filmed?
Was that on purpose?
Yeah, because the girl who played Beverly in It is playing the younger version of Amy Adams in this. And it is a seamless transition.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to wonder, now which one of these 2 girls turns into Amy Adams? Because, wow, it's striking.
Yeah.
But really good. And I read the book. I vaguely kind of remember who done it, but I can't remember why or anything. But, they really got you that sense of something is just not quite right. There's something foul. So there's that, and then just came to, I don't know if it's good or bad, but I love Kate Winslet. It just came to HBO, The Mountain Between Us, with her and Idris Elba. The plane crash, and they become friends, and they get their way. And there's something gay called Believer. I don't know what that is. So that's just my obsession. I was waiting to watch it. I watched it yesterday, and it did not disappoint. Beautifully done. That's the stuff for my book club. We were talking about if Champions, the show with the gay kid, was canceled or renewed. Lives in the gym. It's Mindy Kaling, and it's her show.
Okay, I
feel like I'm playing $25,000 pyramid with you. But anyways.
I know, and I'm ordinarily really good at that game.
It got canceled. It was called Champions. And it had John
Leguizamo.
From Pod Save America.
Favreau.
It's John Favreau's brother plays the brother on that show.
That's right.
So, but it was cute. I mean, a gay kid. Oh, and you got to find this kid. Oh, that's what I wanted to send you. Fuck. So the kid that's on Champions gave a speech for Pride Month, and I think he gave it to the Human Rights Commission. I think. So first find his name and then Google his speech.
Working on it.
Oh my God, I caught part of the speech.
Is it JJ Toda?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Nerdy looking kid with glasses?
Yes.
Yeah.
Speech about acceptance or gender identity. He kind of hits on everything from...
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally saw that.
Absolutely amazing. So what's his name?
JJ...
Toda.
I want to say Toda.
T-O-T-A-H.
Yep.
Yeah.
The traditional spelling.
Yeah. And
he's what, 16 years old? And what's this kid on?
He's on that show Champions.
Oh, I see it here.
Kind of funny. It's not great, but I mean, it's just that there's a...
I saw a little snippet of the speech.
I think he's...
I'm in. All right.
He looks like a young Rachel Maddow.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
He does.
With these glasses in this picture.
Which really tells me that he shows a lot of promise. Like, if you can pull off Maddow at like 14 or however old he is.
And but the speech was terrific because I was like, oh, I recognize that voice.
There was a whole thing about gender,
gender identity. So really cool. Okay, and then if you have not watched it, please get your Netflix ready for maybe 3 hours of just giggles. Cooking on High. Speaking of this,
Yeah.
it is a cooking competition show that must have been meant to be longer because they're only 13 or 14 minutes. They were obviously meant to be aired with like a lot of commercials somewhere.
Okay.
It's serious chefs. The one guy is the Iron Chef. There's like some are cannabis chefs, some are just like straight up chefs, but they have to cook with cannabis.
With weed.
But they're not making like they're making like actual like food show
Right.
quality
Gourmet
stuff.
bullshit.
Yeah, gourmet bullshit. But it's just giggly fun. And like at one point one of the judges is so high he can't talk.
You've seen it, but you've seen the guy who does them before because it's Josh Leva who does the Galo videos where he's the cholo guy. He's all gay and he does all the videos.
I love him. Yeah.
He's so funny and adorable.
Yeah.
What's the show
'Cause
called again?
Cooking on
Cooking
High.
on High.
Okay. Because what I don't want you to do is get confused and fall for the show Nailed It.
Oh yeah, that's awful.
Please don't do that because that shit is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sharon and I are like out of like joint television because we spend a lot of time apart. So we try and like save a little bit of joint television for the one night a week, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's our very romantic life. Yes. We need one TV show.
Yep.
Anyway. So we're out of television right now because they're winding down Nashville, which has been a guilty pleasure for a long time, but it's terrible now, and we don't want to watch it, except that we have to.
Yeah, you gotta hate watch it till it ends.
You gotta see
have
how it
to.
all turns out, right?
Right. After they killed Raina, we don't know why the show's still on, but we're still watching it.
Do you think they're real people?
Almost.
Almost.
Real
Okay.
close. Yeah, because I'm really
close.
invested in like two of those relationships right now.
Yep. I just wanted to make sure.
It's not like a Grey's Anatomy situation.
Right. Not at all.
No, because those
different.
are real people.
They
Yeah.
are real.
They
yes.
are real
according to
people.
You, yes. Yes, I will not fight you on
In
that.
any event, back to my original point. Nailed It is the most annoying, awful show I've watched in a really, really long time. So don't get confused and watch that. Go watch Cooking on High instead.
And it is just
And the first one's called Afternoon Delights.
yeah.
Nice.
And it's just giggly funny, and you can play a little game called Pick One, which one is really the pilot, because like the first episode, you can tell it's not the first one that they filmed. You can tell that they went out of order because they get their editing and their mojo right.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you get hit with this really awkward one where there's too much explaining of the rules.
Where it's like baked potatoes, and you're like, wait a minute. what's
Oh
going
my god!
on?
But every episode, and you just giggle. It's just stupid fun, just silliness. And the chefs aren't high, and some of them don't get high, so they're just using it as oil, like it's just a fancy oil. But when they're getting judged by these complete stoners, it's just entertainment, like just straight up entertaining.
That's fun.
And I watched the entire thing on a plane ride back from Niagara Falls. I mean, they're short and quick and funny.
I'm gonna need to watch those because I've watched many of his other ones where he does the Galo, and it's just hilarious because he paints himself up to be the gay cholo, where he has the teardrops and all this stuff, and he's all queenie and he's all princessy, and he's gonna cut you because that's what he does, and it's hilarious shit.
Oh,
to
and
me.
on this one, he's such a bro. Like it's so.
And I have not seen that character in him.
Yeah.
But he's a good-looking kid, and he's super talented because he does all these different things and characters. His girlfriend, I read somewhere that his girlfriend goes crazy because he's always using their apartment to do all these crazy videos.
Sure.
And so she just goes nuts.
And there's a chance he might be high when he's doing them
Well,
since
there's
he's on that show.
Random chance.
So then, this was your homework. No one probably listened, but Alex Strangelove.
Amina!
From Netflix. Hello, Amina. Welcome.
Hi.
I did not listen, but I will go add it
Okay.
to my list right now.
So, and Orange is the New Black
Thanks,
trailer
Mama
dropped. I have
Di.
not seen that. I've been waiting for them to give us a date.
The like 2 weeks, like the end of the month.
Oh my God, I'm not.
So soon. I'm not prepared.
I'm not emotionally ready.
Oh
I'm not
my
prepared.
God. I'm not.
They're going to Max.
I can't.
freaking me out.
I
It's
can't.
freaking
Who's
me out.
Max? No, I
Yeah.
know. I
It's
know.
a guy I know.
Who dat?
Yeah.
Who dat?
Who dat? Who dis?
Yeah.
Wait, who am I watching? Strange something?
Alex Strangelove. So after
Netflix tried to feed that to me.
after 13 Reasons Why and my face down crying on the couch,
Oh.
it said watch Everything Sucks, which is that delightful. Were you here that week when I recommended that?
Because I watched it. No,
Oh,
it was really good. We were watching it at the same time and
yeah.
didn't know it. And yeah.
So
That's
then the next thing
literally-
it said was Alex Strangelove. So I watched it because I needed more happy, and I just fell in fucking love with this movie. I absolutely loved it. The kid's adorable. It's a sweet story about a kid trying to have his first sexual experience, and like he's met the perfect girl and he's in love, but then he meets the perfect boy.
Okay.
Confusing times. And it has been a long time since the funny sidekick in a movie wasn't anything but annoying. And the kid that plays the teenage sidekick in this movie is so goddamn funny.
Really?
And just genuinely did new things with the sidekick role that's been around for 1,000 years.
Oh, cool.
And made me laugh. And there's one point where, like, there's this funny scene with gummy bears everywhere, and it's, like, kind of disgusting. But as the camera pans out and Alex goes, that's weirdly beautiful. He like looks around. Oh, but it's so charming. I think I've watched it 3 times now. I cannot get enough of. I mean, it's a cute story. It's a cute love story. Everybody is well behaved. There's no like blackmailing like Love, Simon. Like nobody has to be a shitty person. There's a little confusion, and then just but a cute story. And I cannot tell you how funny the best friend is in this. Like, had me laughing out loud. And he gets out our new favorite phrase of all time, sweet, gentle Jesus.
I'll allow it.
I love that.
It's great.
So there's...
In slightly, mostly unrelated news, The Princess Diaries is now on Netflix. I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Getting your Anne
Get a
Hathaway
little
on.
Anne Hathaway fix,
That's what
yeah.
I was thinking. I'm like, did something else come up?
Yeah,
Saw
nice little
it.
Anne Hathaway
Yeah.
makeover.
Yeah.
Not mad at that.
Yeah.
She's your Sandy Bullock. We'll allow it.
She kind of is. Yeah, it's true.
I love it.
We all have our own Sandys. So Deadpool 2, just as fucking funny as the first one. Oh, just a delight. Like, just kicking my feet and giggling through that whole movie. Absolutely ridiculous Deadpool 2.
Okay.
Just stupid fun.
Nice.
And I forced other people to watch the first one. And this one, my friend was like, all right, I'll go. He's like, you liked the first one so much. And like, he's not the person to find something anywhere near as funny as, but I'm just delighted by just the assholery of, and I can't, oh my God, it's all about that Papa, Can You Hear Me from Yentl is the same song as Do You Want to Build a Snowman, and that nobody notices it because he's always watching Yentl.
Oh my God, it is.
It is.
That's fantastic.
But it's just the fact that in this movie, he's just constantly watching Yentl. It's just so, like, the movie is so
funny.
off the rails fun. And then my niece did the makeup for the first Purge because it was filmed. I mean, she works all over New York State so far,
Right.
but it was filmed in Buffalo and Niagara Falls. So went and saw that last night, and it was really good.
Cool.
That Purge thing is that really subversive way to get people to realize what social inequality looks like and what rich people are doing to like disenfranchise poor people.
Mhm.
And it's been a very interesting, this is the 4th one, a very interesting social commentary that is now playing. It started off with like the white family in the suburbs, and now they've gone back to like the dark underbelly of this. Like, this is to have poor people kill poor people, so there's
Right.
less poor people.
Less poor people.
And just, it's got that political undertone to it, and they just keep driving it home. Like, it was Purge election year, and they're just, it's a popcorn movie, and it's by that Blumhouse production, so I just love. And it's set slightly in the future, because the future founding fathers, this third party comes in, and they're really crazy, and they start a whole new, like, third party, and they're called the New Founding Fathers, and, like, all these programs that are just, it hits a little close to home at points.
Mhm.
But there's a nice homage to Blumhouse Productions, because like the movie from a few years ago that the kid has on his wall is the new Halloween that's coming out this year.
Oh, fun.
You know what I mean? Because
Oh.
it's a movie set in the future. So I thought that was a little Easter egg that I don't know if anybody else saw. Sicario 2, this time it's Personal Soledad. None of you have seen Sicario, obviously.
Clearly no.
Such a great movie. Well, it turns out it's part of like a series.
Oh.
Because they keep not ending. And
Now there's
so
a commitment.
the first one was I was frustrated enough. It's such a great movie with such an ambiguous ending. And then I'm like, all right, this time we're going to work this shit out. Great. I mean, really, really good movie.
Oh.
But with another ending, I'm like, make a goddamn miniseries. I mean, people never heard of miniseries. Richard Chamberlain's available or dead. I'm not sure. But Katherine Heigl can play whatever role was meant for him.
She's very talented.
Katherine Heigl is very
So I need to find out what this source,
available as well.
Yeah, always available.
Certainly that.
I want to know who wrote the Sicario shit. Where does it end? Give me the book. I want to finish this goddamn story. But God, is it good? Purge. We talked about that. The Emmy nominations are Thursday morning.
Oh my gosh, already?
Yep. So we're very excited, and I'm really surprised after watching that first episode of Dark Places that they held off on premiering that till after Emmy season. I was like, what are you trying to what are they trying to avoid? What are they trying to get? Because I'm like, this shit is just breathtaking. Cannot recommend that. Sharp Objects. What's it called?
Sharp Objects.
Because the other one's called Dark Places, and I mixed them up. Because both books, girl goes home. She goes home to find out troubled things about her fucked up mother. Both books.
Tale as old as time.
I know. And then when she finally changed it up a little bit, she came up with Gone Girl. But the first two, I mixed them up all the time.
Yeah.
And then finally, the worst movie I have seen, and I'm gonna say, we'll just say 18 years of this century.
My gosh.
The worst piece of garbage I have seen.
Edge of my seat.
And if it wasn't air conditioned, I would have walked out twice. Like there was 2 points where I'm like, nope, I gotta go. And then I'm like, yeah, it's cool in here.
It's 140
Jurassic World.
outside.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
The
really?
best popcorn movies. I mean, these have been reliable staples of American cinema for 25 years.
I saw the most recent one, like not the one that's out now, but the one just before that with what
silly, but still enjoyable.
Isn't he a Chris? Is there a Chris in there?
Chris,
which I don't care.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
No.
Right.
Pratt.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, same people
it's
in
like
this
7
one.
Chris's. They all kind of like just hunky white guys.
But oh my God, this is bad acting. Written by someone who has never heard 2 people speak English to each other before in his life.
Damn it.
Or her life. I'm not sure who to insult there. Oh my God.
We'll
like
assume it's
there
a
were
man.
times where I just wanted to be like, that was the best take you could get out of these 2. Like nothing. Neither one of them it started to be nails on a chalk. When people would talk, I started to just cringe. Like, please just turn off the sound. Let me just imagine dialogue.
Were the dinosaurs really scary?
I guess, but you just you could never get into it. You could never get past the awfulness that was happening with the people. It was awful. And then the music started, and I'm like, is this The Omen? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, the soundtrack goes nuts. So then I was like, well, now I got to stay to find out who this slob is that made this fucking score, because this is it's my favorite scorist. What? Michael Giacchino, that does Up and did all those Lost episodes with that beautiful haunting music. He seriously was like, he punked them and was like, yeah, I'm just gonna rip off The Omen, like la 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 la. I mean, there's like this opera person singing with dinosaurs, and you're like, it was like Gregorian chants, and you're like, and then it's all in a house. Oh, I'll spoil it for you. This
Stupid ugly Irma, stupid ugly Irma.
It really
I'm
was.
gonna spoil it.
You know
for
what?
you.
It happens in a house.
Oh.
Why are
The
the dinosaurs in the house?
So it's what, the Amityville
Because
dinosaur?
they got in, literally, they came in through the garage. And so you've got like a T-Rex going through someone's fucking living room. It's so stupid.
So you parked the Stegosaurus in the garage?
And then it gets loose and terrorizes a little girl. I mean, it was
No.
And of course, there's one girl that can save them all. I mean, it's coming in her room. It's on the roof. It comes
Seriously, Amityville dinosaur.
Amityville poltergeist. It was so...
Oh, I'm so glad I missed that one.
Grown.
Run to the light.
Grown worthy. And then for an in the between movie, because the woman sitting 2 doors down from me, 2 seats next to me, I went and saw Hereditary because Toni Collette in anything, you just sold yourself a ticket.
Right.
I'm going to go see it. I thought it was one of the most interesting movies I have ever seen. I get that it was kind of dense and a little weird, but scary and just kind of creepy. The lady 2 seats down from me looked at me because she knew I was alone. She's like, that was just fucked up. I was like
her.
Yeah. I'm like, it was interesting. She's like, interesting. Now, she walked away from me. I'm like, I didn't hate it. So,
no.
But if you like horror movies and you like Toni Collette and you like to watch Toni Collette just break down and, be crazy like she is in every fucking movie she does it again. And it's really creepy. Like, they build that horror very honestly. Like,
really?
they get you. Because it's a real slow burner of a movie. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, these people are all fucking nuts. But do not see Jurassic World. The sharks all die. I don't know. I don't even remember how it ended. I think people lived or maybe they died. Once the chanting started, I was like, oh, we gotta go.
That's so disappointing because that first one was so good.
So good. And like the guy that directed it did the impossible.
Way through, right.
Like he has done really good movies. I can't think of what his other movie is, but because I was like Googling people, I'm like, who is this hack? And I'm like, I like this director. He did the movie about the tsunami with Naomi Watts and Tom Helen, the new Spider-Man who was Billy Elliot in London, the little dancer kid.
The tsunami movie was called How High Is Too High.
Yeah.
How high Bye. It's not okay.
So I mean, these are like
Making shit up. I don't know.
But that Chris Pratt is now officially. I have not liked. I do not like him.
We don't like Pratt.
Like I kind of like that first Jurassic World, but I don't
couldn't
like
pick
Guardians.
him out of a lineup.
He's the doughy white boy
Sure
that
you
got
can.
Well, the
shaved.
first Jurassic World was the one where the woman was running in high heels everywhere.
Yeah, and this time she
The
changes
fu-
her shoes and they
Thank
made
God.
it. And they did a close up on her shoes to show you that she wasn't in high heels. I'm like,
That was
oh
the
my
whole movie the
God.
first time. There
Yeah.
was all like close-ups of her goddamn high heels running all over this fucking wilderness.
Right, you're right. That's
to the
true.
point that Funny
It
or
was
Die made an
ridiculous,
entire
yeah. Yeah.
an entire parody about it.
Yep.
Put high heels on the dinosaurs. It's a hilarious video. I'll
Yeah.
send it to you.
Yeah, I can believe that because that's just ridiculous.
and that kid, the kid that's in the bubble that's spinning, the older brother,
Uh-huh.
he's in a couple things and he's turned out to be really good.
Oh, good.
I've seen him and stuff.
I'm
So
glad.
that's entertainment. Do not see Jurassic World.
My God.
Oh, that sounds awful. We go ahead.
No, that's
Sorry.
it for entertainment.
Good job.
There was a podcast that we listened to the whole way going up to
The whole.
the to Jackson Hole, and it was called
The show with Clayton McKee.
Nope, it was not. It was a different one.
Last podcast on the left.
Dear John.
Crier.
No, damn it.
Hancock?
I think it was just called Dear John. Yeah.
Is it a Jacko?
It was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Deborah Newell and John Meehan. It's called Dirty John. I'm sorry, Dirty
Oh,
John.
that's different.
And
Similar.
no, but it's amazing. Like it really was very good, and it's a true.
What's it about?
So Deborah Newell goes on to like online dating, and meets this John Meehan, who turned out to just be this.
Dirty.
No, he was like a. He would go in and he would take advantage of older women.
Oh.
And all of this, and then he
A
came into their
shyster,
life.
if you will.
Yeah, but like a more than a sociopath.
Con man, a gigolo.
Kind of more. Like he was, the way people described him, he was just, and the people that were talking, it was just kind of like hair raising. He was.
Oh, Dirty John.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it really was investigative journalism podcast that was hosted by Christopher Goffard and created by Los Angeles Times. It just was let's see, the first two chapters were launched in October of 2017, and Dirty John was one of John Meehan's nicknames given to him by classmates during his time at University of Dayton. Like he said, he was an anesthesiologist, but he was a nurse who had like some training in anesthesia. Like everything was this, and he was such a not just con man, but like sociopath.
It sounds like Catch Me If You Can, but with someone not as likable.
Yeah, and he was just awful, and like borderline kind of stuff with separating people from this Deborah from her kids, and
Oh, wow.
everybody. It was everybody's fault but his, and really, it was really creepy. Really creepy.
And I started
True
in,
crime. I just love true crime. So,
Oh, I do too. I just
yeah.
added that to mine.
I don't
And
like
speaking of true crime, I started and I'm almost done with I'll Be Gone in the Dark, that Michelle McNamara, Patton Oswalt's
Yes,
wife
yes.
that committed suicide before. She had done all that true crime stuff, and she had the true
Mhm.
crime podcast that's
Yep.
still available. But she was obsessed with the Golden State Killer, and she's the one that named him that, which I
That's
found
right.
out through the course of this book.
Yep.
Oh.
This book gets under your skin because it's written. It's not about. It's about her search to find them. So it's from her. It's directly from her point of view, and you get her feel for it. And like when she's interviewing other people, like other amateur sleuths that are on the trail, to find out that there's someone as fucked up as she is. And like there's finally someone who won't judge her for the fact that she's just obsessed with this killer and putting this together, and that it was the police didn't believe that all three of these people were the same person. They thought there were three different killers or rapists, and it was through not just like there was a couple cops that thought it, but then as everything else came together, everyone started to believe it. But it's these amateur sleuths that were doing a lot of the legwork and like putting names together and making databases. And just her obsession, but you know that she got so obsessed with it. Well, we don't know why she killed herself, but like that this was part of the disturbance in her field, and just how disturbing these crimes are.
Yeah.
And like I don't remember it, even though I guess they made national headlines, but I don't remember it. But like the 70s, the 80s, like this person was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's a terrific read though. But it's like
I'm with you. I didn't remember all that.
I had to put it down a couple times because I was like seriously like this. Like I kept like there's someone coming to the house because the guy would break in a couple times before he did it for real. They would see somebody lingering in the yard. He was following real estate signs.
Yeah,
because it's just creepy shit.
Right.
Yep.
And then he would call them late. He would call them years later and be like, "Remember when we played?"
And like then just hang up. Like, oh my! Can you imagine the PTSD of that? Like, and he would put the plates.
Yeah, put the stacked dishes on the husband's back and tell him, if I hear those dishes, I'll kill both of you.
Yeah.
And I guess that's
and the woman they did that to the kid supposedly.
Yeah,
it's
some kind of tactic used in some kind of like torture. I mean, just it's a terrific read, but I've had to put it down so many times and be like, you just need to stay in the freezer for a little while. Like I'm not ready.
Well, and Mama Di was wondering, you were listening to that why? And the Dirty John, it just was fascinating. Like as you're going, then again, Aaron and I are fucking weird because we would listen to Forensic Files as we're going in the backwoods of driving on the back roads. But it's just any true crime. It's just fascinating. Right now we're listening to Wayne Williams, the Atlanta child murders.
Yeah.
Which is it's been very interesting.
And that was the Mindhunters, the book, not the TV show.
Okay.
But the book, as he goes through the Atlanta child murders, wow, what a tough, I mean, just a tough case.
Yeah.
And trying to decide like which ones are just like just wrong place, wrong time, and which is part of the serial killer.
Right.
And like and that was one of the things about trying to decide. And you're like, there's that many children dying that like, oh, it's
and no one's paying attention.
Yeah.
The fact that how many, I don't even remember like what the total, and they don't even I think know because they haven't like put together
because they don't know
total number.
There's some kids that are just missing.
Yeah.
There's some kids that like died. They're like, well, we found this kid dead in the woods, but we don't know if he just died of something else. Like we can't. And you're like, are you missing that many children?
Right.
Yeah.
And turns out, yes.
Yeah.
And
someone go missing every year.
And the fact that they looked past it a lot because, well, depending on how you look at it, but because they were black kids.
They were black kids, yeah. I mean,
young black kids. It was like,
but that chapter, because again, any kind of crime or anything horrible, I'll read it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's tough.
Complete change of movie type. Does anybody else have an interest in seeing Three Identical Strangers?
Oh,
tell me what.
You got to tell me what that's about. I can't find it.
It's identical triplets separated at birth, and apparently the parents kept one and got rid of the other two, and none of them knew about the other.
Oh wow!
And I don't know the entire story. I watched a trailer, but apparently one of the three walks onto a college campus, and everybody's calling her, "Hey David, hey David," and he's like, "Who are you talking about?"
Oh, wow.
My name is Mark, or whatever the hell his name was. I don't know. And they're like, "No, you're David." And he's like, "No." And they're like, "Then you've got to meet this guy." And they met, like, they talk the same, they look the same, they are identical. And I don't know the full story, but somehow, and I don't know why, but the parents separated them and nobody knew about anybody. And then they figured out, well, if there's two of us, are there three of us? Sure. And they found the third one. And I guess this documentary, it was at the Sundance Film Festival. It's playing at Camel View. But yeah, I'm curious because again, it's a real life story. It's a real life story. It's an actual movie about how they figured out who they were and how they got back together. But I want to say there was something. There's something to do with their parents that was deceptive about this whole thing, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's they just couldn't care for triplets and they farmed them out. I don't know what the deal was, but yeah, it's called Three Identical Strangers. It just came out, I guess, this year.
Parenthetically, the Patty Duke Show.
Right.
Now there's a third one.
This was
Walk
in
alike,
1983.
Identical.
In 1983, complete strangers accidentally discover that they are identical triplets separated at birth. So that's the basis of the movie. But
wild, yeah.
yeah.
I went to school with triplets, not identical, but
Anyway, it just looked interesting to me because I'm again because it's a real story.
Yeah,
That's
but how? I mean, people will see. We always hear, "Oh my God, someone looks just like you."
Yeah.
Or,
Right.
things like that. But
this
can
is-
you imagine walking up being like,
yeah.
It's,
Wait a minute, what is happening?
Your new phone, who dis?
Yeah, that would be fucked up.
Let me find the picture right quick.
Oh, that would be
That's
fucked
funny.
up. You love it.
What did it? I was
I
gonna.
don't know.
And I'm trying to.
Oh, here's the.
I'm an idiot. I can't get into the chat room. Why?
I don't know. It's there.
You can go to qtalkchat.com
That's
now.
the,
Apparently,
you're right. Look at
No,
you.
that's what I was trying
It's,
to do.
it's in 7 places in front of me. I assumed that was a thing.
What's
well,
that?
yeah. 'Cause-
No, I'm going to the I'm just. I have my things loaded on
Uh-huh.
here, and it's taking me to
just
the
won't
wrong
let you in.
places. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, that's funny. Well, why is that not saving?
What are we doing? What's going on?
Well, in late to the party, I actually had an obsession news.
Oh,
It's also
yay.
entertainment news. I have been. I found a charming show called New Girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
8 years later.
Yeah, right.
Yep, that's right.
Aaron loves that
and
show.
so-
You loved that, didn't you? Yeah, yeah.
So I'm on a steady stream of it, but apparently to the other people in my house, it's just a lot of yelling.
Okay.
Yeah,
which is kind of
I can see that.
it's kind of hilarious to me because I'm like, oh yeah, they kind of do yell a lot, but it also keeps everybody out of the room. So
There you go. Right. You
know.
Who loses?
Sure.
right,
That's
two
funny.
problems,
One
elegant
elegant
solution.
solution. Exactly.
That's great.
But yeah, so I'm on like season 3, so I'm
Yeah.
only like 6 years behind.
No, nothing
It's
wrong with
fine.
that. Nothing wrong. I have
It's all
caught
on
a couple
Netflix.
of
It's all
those
on
and-
Netflix, and they're
yeah.
like 22 minutes apiece. So
Yeah.
I'm like, bloop, 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 bloop,
Yep.
bloop. I take a nap through a
Hi,
couple of them. I don't
Nance.
miss anything.
Here's a
Hi,
picture
Nance.
of the 3 triplets.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Like they're all
They
identical.
Really? Yeah.
They even dressed alike.
Well, I'm not, yeah, but this is obviously after they
Sure,
figured out that
sure.
each other was a real person or something. But
Wow.
anyhow, I had just didn't ever
Weird.
hear it. Okay,
Super weird.
so you found out about that show.
I sure did.
Many
yeah.
many years later. I want to say there was something I
still happening.
stumbled across on TV. Oh, I know what it was. They were rebroadcasting it, I guess, all last weekend, and to me, it's just fascinating to go through. Not all the political stuff so much, but it's the technology, the TV, the other stuff. The series on CNN that started with the 60s, the 70s,
yeah,
80s.
yeah.
Last Sunday, they started with the 2000s. And I recorded it. I have not
okay.
watched, but now
Too soon.
now we get to go through the 2000s with technology, music, TV, the whole thing. But again, it's so interesting to watch back through, and you find out when this again. I love when they go back and show when the Walkman was the big thing because
Right.
I had the Discman. I still have my Walkman, my cassette Walkman.
Sure.
Still
I always
works.
wanted one of the yellow ones.
Oh, the sport version.
Yeah.
Yellow
We were
ones.
just.
I had
I don't remember
I had the AM/FM radio that was the sport
course
version that
you
went on
did.
your arm. Yeah, I had that one. That
Well,
was the yellow
don't they
one.
just give that to you once you've grown up in a radio?
Yeah. That's
Consolation
That's how you
prize.
leave the house.
Consolation, right?
Get you out of-
Exactly.
Get
That's
you out
when
of the nest.
When you fly free.
Yeah,
You know.
here's your AM/FM.
Is that your graduation gift?
Yeah.
That in a suitcase.
Kinda.
We're turning you loose on the airwaves, son.
Here's your hat. Where's your hurry?
You're gonna have to go build your own radio. Here, take one with you.
Yeah, I'm willing to do a
Fantastic.
triple feature tomorrow with Eric because I have not seen Ocean's 8 or Tag.
Oh,
Oh my
that
God! Go
looks-
see Ocean's 8
Is
immediately.
it good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I want to go see it again.
What's Tag? Tell me.
Tag is the true story of the guys that have been playing tag for like 30 years.
Yes, I want to
And
see
the
that
one guy
too.
that's never been it. And I guess it's really fun and sweet. And they said,
Cute.
And what's the one with
I don't care.
oh, it doesn't matter. Stop talking.
Ocean's 8 has
The-
everything that you ever need. It's got Sandy Bullock.
Yeah.
It's got Anne
Yeah.
Hathaway. It's got
and you know I don't
Rihanna,
like
it's
you
got
know I don't
Mindy
like to wait to
Kaling.
see a Sandy Bullock movie.
Right.
Mike and Molly.
You're way late.
Oh,
Melissa McCarthy.
Thank
yeah.
you. There's one that she's in that just
Goes,
came out.
where she goes back to college.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be fucking hysterical.
Oh,
I
yeah,
haven't
that
seen
one
that
looks
yet,
There's
but-
there's so much
yeah.
out I can't see it all, but I really want to see.
We'll actually get to all of it.
I want to see
Yeah.
Tag and Ocean's 8.
Yeah.
Go see Ocean's 8. Immediately.
But I needed to see
I like
Sicario
it.
because I love that
Tomorrow.
first
Did
one.
you
but
do your obsession?
it's a
I'm sorry.
goddamn trilogy.
I
yeah,
did.
New
It was
Girl.
a TV show.
Okay,
It was
got
New
that.
Girl.
All right,
New
well,
Girl.
well,
We're
we'll
in
do
good
this.
shape.
Two things is what she brings. Two things is what she's talking about. Two things, important little things. That is what she's spouting out.
You just need two things.
That means two things.
Let's get two things clear.
And then two things about yourself.
And I've come to share with you one of two things. No, two of two things. We're sharing two things right now.
There are only two things I can't stand in this world.
Quick, grab two things you love.
It can be two things.
Only two things in the world I'm scared of.
Rise of frazzled two things.
Remember two things.
I believe in two things.
Guys are only after two things.
What's better, doing two things at once or just one?
Never half-ass two things. Whole ass one thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kat Carlson.
So, in preparing for the show, I didn't.
Fair point.
And most of my news consumption, even more so than usual, comes in the form of maybe two podcasts, and they're all very lefty Washington Post, whatever. I don't even know if I finished a sentence.
Yeah,
I know, I'm not sure.
In any event. So, I want to talk for just a minute about the Supreme Court.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody knows. Everybody's sad about it. And the things that I want to talk about aren't the ups and downs and the issues. I want to talk about the things you can do about it.
Okay.
They're very simple. They're two things. One, call your members of Congress repeatedly, angrily.
And it has to be your Senate.
Encourage. Yeah.
Has to be your.
You can call the rest of them and yell at them too.
Yeah,
they deserve
right.
to be yelled at.
Your U.S. U.S.
Call
senator.
your senator.
Y'all got two.
Everybody's got two.
Yep.
Yeah. I want to compare him to other things, but not everybody has two of those. So
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, there's that.
Yeah.
There you have it.
I was saying ears. I was going to say ears.
Oh, okay.
Not everybody has two.
Sure.
My sister's got like 1.5.
Ah.
It's a car accident.
Okay. Oh my. What happened?
I didn't prepare.
No.
So, call the people that can actually do something about it. And number two, don't panic. Like, this has been, like, things that are happening now have been in the works for a really long time.
Ooh,
You know what
especially
I
with the
mean?
news that's been coming out of how this all got to where it is right
What do
now.
you mean? I
Right.
haven't.
There's a man, I can't remember his name, but there's a man who has been, like, Dr. Evil instrumental in the appointment of most of the Supreme Court justices that we hate.
Okay.
Like, all the way up. Clarence Thomas, Alito, whatever.
We don't call these the Koch brothers?
No. There's another guy. There's like a guy who does. He's got. I wish I wrote it down or prepared or something. But anyway,
I mean, he has the finger on the pulse.
his name's like Leo or Leon or some bullshit like that.
Not Sayer.
He has another job at like
No.
Hateful Foundation, and every so often he takes some time off and he goes to Hateful Foundation #2 and he makes these lists that our president now picked from of horrible people to put in power.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, these things have been working
And
for
it's
a
they,
really
and
long
they
time.
they say it whenever like it's come up the last a lot the last few years that the list that it comes from, like Obama's came from a list. There's you know,
right.
Right.
They
There's always
they're
always a
always
list.
prepared, but the
Sure.
Republican guy has been doing this since the whoever came before Thomas. He came from Reagan's last one, which might
Yeah.
have been Souder, the one that turned on them. There's the one that Reagan appointed that ended up being liberal.
Right.
I think that was Souder. So, but this guy has been, he fucked up then, but they kept him on. So this been the same evil genius getting us horrible
He's
people.
very like Dr. Evil. I was listening to all about him today, and I was like, what is that? How did we
people
not know about this guy?
right.
Apparently, people that know are in the know. You know,
No,
I don't
no
know.
one says his name, but they all, whenever it comes up, there's the list of here's who, and I can't think of the name of the foundation is, but like they're the ones that prepare the list that
like
they
something
read.
heritage and
it's-
family. I don't.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if I am, and I haven't paid a lot of attention to the news today, but I want to say that there was the discovery of emails or memos or notes or something about this whole thing, that it was all coordinated, that the timing from Kennedy stepping out was only made possible because of knowing that this guy, what's his name?
Kavanaugh.
Was coming in. So this whole thing was timed for this to happen right now, and that's the only reason that Kennedy agreed to step down. in addition to the exposure of the information that Kennedy's son
It
is
was
in
Deutsche
cahoots
Bank.
with the Deutsche Bank and the financial thing with the whole
I
thing.
heard that.
Yeah. It's all, but no, like she said, this has been in the process for quite a
been
while.
happening longer than I've been alive.
This list has been sitting up, ready to go. They're just ready at a moment's notice. I just watched last night the Pelican Brief,
Oh,
which
sure.
I've always enjoyed because
Yeah,
before there
I
was Sandy,
agree.
there was
There
Julia.
was Julia, right?
Never seen it.
So, but watch
Yeah,
it. It is so
good.
Okay.
prescient now to what's going
Oh, I
on.
bet.
John
with-
Grisham, which
yeah.
I know you wouldn't have read the book, but I don't mean that rude. I just
No,
know that you
she's
would know.
she
She's
understands.
right. No, no.
Julia Roberts and Denzel Washington,
Washington.
and but it is frightening how on the
Yeah.
nose it is
Yeah.
right
And that's
now.
really true. If you can't find a Sandy Bullock, go find yourself a Julia
Julia
Roberts.
Roberts.
Yeah.
I agree. I do agree.
You'll be in good
Yeah.
shape there too.
Oh, and well, her and I are the same age, so we were both that age that year.
Right.
Sure.
We're about scant months apart.
It's fantastic.
But I mean, seriously, you want to go back and watch somebody in 1994 nail this motherfucker right on the head.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
So don't like despair, because every once in a while Sharon will just like, because we don't talk a lot of politics together, because I
Right.
tend to be a little eye rolly.
Yeah. Not you.
You're
What,
a
me?
charmer.
What?
Yeah.
I'm super.
I don't know
I
what
know.
the fuck you're talking
I don't know
about.
why the fuck she's with me.
You're-
honest to God.
No.
You're just no bee charmer.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure not. But anyway, every once in a while, it almost just like build up inside of her, and she'll just like burst. Like we'll be in the car on the way somewhere. She's like, "Oh my god, this and oh my god, the courts and oh my god, what was she going off about the other day?" I don't even remember. It was so important, and I was just like, "Oh."
Well, the big thing we can't do is we cannot freak out
Oh, trade
because
war.
we don't need Ginsburg to be under any undue stress.
Oh, right.
We need her to ride, just ride. In fact, we may have to send you to keep her alive.
And her documentary is
Somebody call Jay-Z.
her documentary is currently out. The Notorious RBG is in theaters.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, go see that, because proceeds may be like supporting
Life
her spleen.
supporting,
I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, like all of the, depending on where you gather your news from, it sounds really grim and gloom and doom.
Yeah.
And I just like, don't freak out.
One of the, and
It's
the
the-
woman that was in the running was
Freak
one of
out,
the top
but
three.
don't freak out.
Yeah, one of the only woman that was in the top 3 that he was gonna pick.
For
there
justice?
was for Supreme Court justice. There was a little bit of evil chatter that way if they overturned Roe v. Wade, it wouldn't be
Right.
5 men overturning it.
Right. She would be the.
Okay.
She would have been. She would have been the
hearing that.
woman.
Unreal.
But they don't.
Fucking bitch.
But in typical,
but they're
in
not gonna put
typical-
a woman in
They're not
power,
going to put a
right.
woman in
No,
power.
no.
Like, because Mike Pence can never talk to her.
Well, he could be in the same room with her.
Yeah.
Without his wife.
Can he talk on the phone to women?
We're not sure.
We're not
We
sure.
don't know where his hands
Because
are.
that could be phone sex. We're
Yeah,
not sure.
we're
What's
not
We don't
sure.
really know.
Nope.
We
You
don't
don't
really
know.
Yeah.
And it's frightening.
So
But-
we
but
promised
while-
a second.
Yeah. While you're freaking out, remember to not freak out so much. Like the trade war that you're hearing
Yeah.
all about on whatever news outlet
Yep.
is probably going to affect you totally.
Sure.
Are we,
I
are
think
we
it's
going to have
more
to
the
stop
Roe
eating
v.
Kobe
Wade,
beef?
I'm not kidding.
Maybe.
I'm
And
really.
not because I'm going to have. I don't have a uterus. I'm
Right.
not worried about the abortion.
That's a much scarier
but
thing.
It really is frightening.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
I'm
really
hoping
is.
that when all this is over, and
Oh, the
whenever we
breastfeeding
get,
thing.
whenever we
Yes.
get whoever on our side back in at the helm of the ship, that there's a wayback machine, and Mr. Peabody and Simon are going to be able just to go,
Yeah.
and
Right,
everything's
right.
going to go back to norm, like we're supposed to be. Everything. I mean, at least we got Pruitt out, though. The other schmuck that's following him is just as
Right,
bad.
Believes in
Right.
clean
But
coal.
But the unfortunate thing with him is he's
Clean
going to
coal's gonna save us
he's
all.
going to fly under the radar because he's not going to fuck up like Pruitt, so his
Right.
name is not going to be in the news as much. But I was glad to hear that when Pruitt was out.
Well, and
Sure.
that brings up a really good point, because they are like an alien species. They are learning.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair.
Adapting.
They're
Yeah.
adapting.
Yeah.
I saw that movie one time. It was frightening. And so the very, very important thing to do is, of course, vote.
Yeah.
Vote.
Yeah.
Vote. Get
Well,
your friends
and
to
become
vote. Get your
familiar
And
neighbors
do
to
not
vote.
start that game of
Be a voter.
like whoever is the nominee for the Democratic senator
Vote straight
in
ticket.
our state, just vote.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do not.
You know, and I get that, and I
Yeah.
know that we've had this, and I know this goes back and forth, but it really does bother me because
Yeah.
You're gonna
I
have to
have
vote for
a fa-
Kirsten
No, I
Sinema.
know,
I'm sorry.
but-
You're just
no,
gonna
no.
have
Have
to.
to, yeah.
And hear me, I'm going to, but I have that fear of this bitch, right? Like that
Right.
she's going to
Probably
she's
do some
gonna
hateful
lure
things.
everybody in, like, look at me, haha, and she's part of this fucking douchebag that puts
I
people
don't.
in place.
I
don't know.
think she's that bad.
I don't know. I just don't know. And
Yeah.
I don't in this
But we don't have the
We
comfort
don't
of
have
dicking
the
around.
choice.
We got to
Yeah.
go
Right.
straight
No,
line on
Your
this.
choices
agree.
are Kirsten Cinema or Kelly
Kirsten.
Ward.
Yeah.
Right? No,
Yeah.
no. I hear you.
And
I
she
I
is
really
Kirsten
do hear
Cinema.
You.
Like
Yeah.
I will take
Yep.
a hateful person with at least somewhat
I even
on the
see
up and
I
up
see her
over
commercials,
Kelly.
and I don't believe I
Right,
do not
she's
believe a word that comes out of her
super-
mouth.
I know.
I don't.
I know. I'm with you.
Yeah.
And
But-
that's what's so hard.
But
because
whatever
then I
your
think,
state situation is, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but her emails, guys.
Yeah.
But her
I
emails.
totally
This is
get
where we're
it.
at.
Yeah.
Yep. And I do get it. I just needed to, because that bothers me every time
I
I,
know.
see
Oh, I
her.
get it. I
gonna be okay.
get you.
Every time I see her, I think.
But we don't have the comfort right
Yeah.
now. We got to get this ship
True.
righted
Yeah.
That's
It's
very true.
quickly
It's all
as we
very
can.
important.
Yep. Fair
Yeah.
point,
So
well
the
made.
so the run into. Well, in fact, let me check. It's on our website. By the way, if you're curious, you can go to our website, which a little bit has been redone of late.
I did see that.
I've done some stuff on there.
That one host still refuses to spin a bio, and it's hilarious.
I think I laugh when I read that because it's your show. That's so funny. But on our website, if you go to the welcome page, I believe it is. If you go to the welcome page and scroll down, you'll see there is a midterm election countdown clock, and you click on that, and it shows you how many days, hours, minutes, and seconds there are until election 2018.
Nice.
In case you're just curious to know how much time we've got. At this point, it's 118 days. Which isn't long. Like that's
It's not
slightly
long,
over 3 months. Like there's a lot's going to happen in the next
Super
3
short.
months to get us here. So,
Sure.
Yeah, we haven't even done our primaries yet, so
Well, and so tell me about, again, just if you would, the gentleman that you have with.
Oh, there's a sign in your.
There is a sign in my
Oh,
yard.
Dr.
Is
Shaw.
there.
Dr.
Yeah,
Shaw,
Dr. Shaw
Dr.
is-
Amish
he's
Shaw.
on my yard too.
seeing that everywhere.
Yes.
Really?
On the ride over,
Yeah.
I passed quite a few
Yeah,
very.
he got through this neighborhood pretty well.
And
Yeah.
all over my neighborhood.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he
Very
is
nice guy.
Yeah, state senate. He is. I can't remember. I think he's an ER doctor. Very big on healthcare for all, better education, money for teachers. Like he hit every
Okay.
single point
Okay.
on the list, and he is running. No, and he really does just represent what those people believe. Like, they believe him.
Who's this?
Trump supporters. Like,
Oh,
they
fuck.
honestly believe him.
So the problem
yeah.
is
It says
Yeah.
ER. He says here on his website it's an ER doctor.
He was an ER doc.
Mhm.
So, and like, but very good with all, like, he answered, like, he offered stuff that I was not even looking for it. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, I'm all for that. And then when I did ask him for stuff, he just had the right answer for everything.
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
And, he introduced himself to a doctor, so
Hi, Meow.
I went right to healthcare. You know what I mean? I was like, and what's,
Right.
are you going to pay the people that work in the state to take care of people, or are you going to, because now Trump has stopped paying Medicare payments. Like, they've stopped paying, so now you're going to have people not getting care.
Yep.
I felt like you were gonna.
And
Weren't
that's
you
what
asking
don't
something?
care.
Were you asking
Oh,
something
I
else?
was gonna rant about the Republican Party in response to the chat room, but we don't need to. They're the party of racism and legitimate rape
And children in
Right,
cages,
right.
yeah.
Right, children in cages. Like what?
Legitimate
Oh,
I don't.
did you see the?
And they just justify it no matter how dark
Right.
it goes.
Yeah.
They are right there to, was it Gilead? What's the thing?
Yes.
In,
Oh, the
Yes.
So they
Handmaid's Tale.
so
Yeah.
the administration blew through the court-ordered reunion in today of what they were supposed to do, reuniting the separated children with
They
the,
were supposed to find all 120
Right,
children
supposed to do
under
that.
5 years old,
so
babies.
so the comment
and give them back to their
that
fucking mothers.
the dumpster fire is asked about that, and he says,
Terrible.
they're like, what's your answer? And he's like, just don't come into this country illegally. Really, that's your answer. That's the whole fucking answer you got for that. But the I don't know if anybody saw. I posted. I believe I did.
and
I'm
those
almost certain
seeking
on
asylum
on
are
Facebook.
not arriving illegally.
On Facebook, yeah,
Right.
right. He doesn't get that.
No.
On Facebook today, the one of the cartoons I posted were with the depiction of the separated immigrant children in the cages watching a TV showing the Thailand soccer team getting freed, and they're just like looking at the picture like, well, they're freed. Like the world got on
Right.
board with that, but they're still not screaming as loud as they need to be. I mean, I guess the only advantage is that they're not in imminent death of drowning in a facility at this point. But aside from that, like, really, we need the world got behind those Thai divers and getting them out of there. But let's get the children. Well, and then we find out that there were some unexpected facilities in Phoenix that popped up on the news yesterday or today, where they were
Okay.
like, huh.
So
Oh,
there's
really?
a
I
place
didn't
on
see that.
20th Street in Osborne. I was going to ask you guys if you'd heard anything or seen anything. It's in the northeast corner. As we were driving past the other day, I saw it looked like something painted, like that someone had gotten sheets of paper, not painted on the building or whatever, but sheets of paper, and it said, "This is a concentration camp."
Oh, wow.
Or something like that. And I didn't know if while I was gone, like if something had kind of come up, but apparently not. It was kind of weird. I was like, we need to go back and look at that, and I haven't yet. When I go home tonight, I'll on
Cruise
my
by
way
that
back
way,
there,
yeah.
because
Wow.
I thought, is that something that's going on right now where they're
Yeah, wow.
putting? I don't know. I just thought it was really wild. Northeast corner. So I'll look at that and let you guys.
Yeah, so, and like what, like the shit. It's not funny anymore. It's not like there's no parts of the. There's nothing to parody anymore. It's
No.
just grossness. It's not ineptitude. It's just revolting. Like
Yeah.
the. Ugh.
Oh, and how about the mayor of London letting the baby Trump
Oh,
balloon float while
God
he's
bless
there?
them.
That's lovely. You don't know about that? Google
Oh.
Google the baby Trump blimp. It's like a 30-foot tall blimp that looks like a little baby. It looks like a Weeble,
Okay.
but it's the baby Trump, and they're permitting it to fly over whatever it is while he's there in London, going to meet May. I don't know
right.
Yeah,
he's going to meet her.
Prime Minister May. Yeah, and they're having all kinds of problems because they're the minister in charge of Brexit just.
Yeah, he resigned.
He resigned, so they're.
He said, "Fuck it, I'm out."
They can't get their Trump shit together either. Well,
Yeah.
Mercy.
Oh, well, I don't feel the need that we need to go with the
No, that was
thoughtful. I
pretty
think
thoughtful.
we kind of
Hell
did
in a
our thoughtful.
handbasket, kids. Hell in a handbasket.
Seriously.
Helena.
Helena.
It's a
Helena.
great drag name. Helena.
Yep.
Handbasket.
Yep. I like
Cute
it.
little city too.
I like it.
It's in Montana.
Something.
Show is.
Showing up.
And we're back next week.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's a thing now.
There.
Huh?
That's the thing.
Once more into the breach, dear friends.
Oh, we gotta do this every week.
That's right.
We don't have to, but it's
I will prepare
we missed
just
you
as
guys
much
too.
next week.
We'll
sure
look forward
did.
to it.
Oh, good.
be excited
Yeah,
for.
did
There
a great
was-
job. I did a great job.
If I may, to the people that are just able to join,
Too late.
if you go back and watch, you'll see my fair Ernie was here earlier, and that I asked her to marry me. So
Oh,
that's that. And
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil how it
Yeah.
turned out, but you
yeah,
look
we
married.
don't know. I
Well,
mean,
she's
I feel
gone.
kind of
Yeah.
happy.
Well, as we wrap up tonight's
You
show,
can see how that went.
let's leave you with this parting thought. We will see you next Tuesday.